I'll ask that everybody please stand and please remove all headgear for the presentation of the colors, and please remain standing for our national anthem. Tonight's color guard is presented by the Raiders JROTC Department under the direction of Sergeant First Class Brando. The color guard commander is Cadet Jacob Zaragoza with the United States flag. The Texas flag is carried by Cadet Charlene Delgadillo. The Raider Battalion flag is Cadet Giuliani Romero Merancio. The right guard is Cadet Adrian Espino, and the left guard is Cadet Stephen Cantu. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Welcome to PSJA Stadium. We are live at HR Field here in Far Texas. Tonight, the PSJA North Raiders are hosting the La Joya Coyotes on District 36A action. With me, my student reporters from North. Let's start with Samantha Garza. Samantha, how are you?
I'm doing great. Hi, PSJ family. Tonight, I'll be taking over the PSJ Stadium's Facebook page. So come along with me for all the behind the scenes.
And also Melanie Garcia. Melanie, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Today I will be taking over the sideline show, so stay tuned for the Raiderettes, cheerleaders, band, JROTC, and special guests from Pack the House.
Of course, it's a great night for football tonight at PSJ Stadium. It's 75 degrees, and it's just enjoy the first half. Let's take it upstairs with Javi Martinez and the Rocket Elizondo, guys.
Good evening and welcome to PSJ ISD Football. We are at PSJ Stadium where the hard-working crew at KTRI will bring you the monitor game of the week between your mighty PSJ North Raiders and the visitors, the La Joya Coyotes, in a pivotal District 36A matchup. It's Texas high school football, and there is no better place to be than here at beautiful DHR Hillfield. I'm Javi Martinez, and with me, of course, is the rock and roller, Robert Elizondo. Robert, playoff implications intact tonight. It's a big one. PSG North trying to stay in the contention. They're facing La Joya. Both teams are basically one game behind PSG High for the district championship. What are your thoughts tonight?
We said it last week. Every game in this district is going to be a playoff atmosphere.
Yeah.
You knew PSJ North, after their victory last week, was in the contention. La Joya suffered a loss and still bounced back. They're looking to bounce back.
Right.
And so both teams right now, Javi, are at 3-1. You said one game behind PSJ High.
Yeah.
We're week 5 in District 36A here. And you're going to have yourself a heck of a game this night. You got the second-ranked defense going against the fifth-ranked offense. And a second-ranked offense for North going against a first-ranked defense for La Joya.
Yeah.
So strap on your boots because it's going to be exciting.
I chuckle, Robert, because you know what? This is what high school football in district play is all about. Late season, 3 games to go. After this, there's only 2 This is a big game. This has big implications on the playoff standings. Of course, both teams trail PSJ High by a game. PSJ High, right now, they're undefeated. They're looking to win a district championship. But both teams have the outside shot, as if they win, PSJ High stumbles, either team can tie them for a district championship. So this is big-time football here at PSJA Stadium on a Thursday night. La Joya Coyotes will be kicking off. The PSJ North Raiders will be receiving.
And Javi, you know what? I know you're undefeated out here.
I'm excited.
I'm going to have to correct you. Today is not Thursday night.
It's Friday night.
There you
My
go.
Goodness,
it is Friday night football at its best here at PSJ DHR Healthfield.
I take that back. It is Friday, and this is the kickoff. And boom, bam, there it is. Fielded at the 5-yard line, a reverse, and the Raiders should have faked it. The Raiders are going to take over at about their own 15-yard line. A walkthrough on the reverse kickoff return is going to give the Raiders their first position at their 15-yard line. Of course, they're led by their quarterback, Isaiah Rangel. And their go-to guy is Beltran. So let's see what happens here.
And so, that play didn't take too long to develop, so they didn't get to disguise that reverse there, as, again, the receiver was coming out to the right here. But here we go, the first snap. Rangel rolls out to his left, wide open, 25 for a catch right there. That is going to be Rolando Coronado with the first reception of the evening.
So Coronado with a quick catch. Simple pass by the quarterback, Rangel. As we see here on the replay, he just shoots it out, fires, catches just out to 20, picks up 5 yards, so it'll bring up a 2nd and 5. And, Robert, that's what the Raiders need, confidence early in the ball game, and that is a quick, easy catch. Pitch and catch by the quarterback, Rangel.
I think the ball boy was surprised there. His eyes were as big as saucers when he saw that Coronado guy coming at him.
2nd down, a give up the middle. In fact, it's around the left tackle side. Maybe a yard or two, not too much doing there. The Coyotes defense, that sound out defense, does a good job. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. The freshman running back, Gonzalez, with a good job of running, holds onto the ball, but a good job by the La Joya defense.
And you don't get too loose on that ball there, freshman. He's carrying a little low. You want to carry that ball high and tight, but here we go. Very important 3rd down here, Javi.
From the shotgun formation, a lot of movement. Let's see if Rangel was able to draw the defense offside. If he does, that'll be a 1st down for the Raiders. Or was it a false start? And if it is, a 3rd and 3 will quickly become a 3rd and 8.
Offside, defense, in the neutral zone, causing the offensive player to move. It's a 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
It's just a numbers game there. Too many of the white jerseys were crossing the line of scrimmage there. Easy call for the officials. Easy 1st down for the Raiders.
First down of the ball game comes to the Raiders courtesy of a penalty. So the Raiders with a new set of downs, 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. Quarterback keeper, he's going to have some running room around the left offensive side, right off of tackle. Good job of running right there by Rangel. Quarterback keeper, great read option right there. Crosses 40. In fact, he's going to get all the way to the 43-yard line.
Good blocking there by the offensive line. You see him take it off to the left-hand side, tucks that ball. Good cut right there. Didn't have his eyes to the outside. So a good open field tackle there, but not before the Raiders get to the first down, moving that ball from the 27-yard line to the 43. So a good gain there for Rangel on his first carry of the evening.
So Rangel picks up enough for another Raider 1st down, 2 first downs already. He's going to throw it. He shoots, he fires, and he completes it. That's going to get up to the 45-yard line of the Coyotes. Passing midfield are the Raiders, and I believe that intended receiver was number 24 with the reception, Jonathan Garza.
So a 13-yard reception there to Garza from Rangel. Just finds an open man, high pass, good position right there, and just good catch. Gets tackled there at about the 40. Looks at if it's going to be like the 44-yard line of La Joya.
So the Raiders quickly cross midfield on their open possession. You know, Robert, of course, this possession began at their own 15-yard line. 5 plays later, they're already in La Joya territory. They give up the middle, a bruising run, and that's going to get them up to about the 41-yard line. So the Raiders on their opening possession here at HR Health Field at PSJA Stadium with 9:25 remaining in the first quarter. The Raiders are looking good.
So a 3-yard gain there by Gonzalez. You know, he takes it into the meat of the line there. And the Raiders got a good initial push, but the linebackers do a good job coming up and attacking and limit the yardage gain there. Gonzalez is able to bounce it off to the left-hand side and gain those extra yards there, setting up a 2nd and 7 here, Javi.
And I think that is going to be the biggest battle tonight in the trenches. The offensive line against the defensive line on both sides of the football. And on 2nd down, a give is up the middle, a minimal gain, but still a good pickup for the Raiders. Going to bring up a manageable 3rd down upcoming. It'll be 35 for the Raiders.
That was a 2-yard gain there by the Raiders. Ball still in between the hashes there, right about the S of our cube here at DHR Health Field in PSJA Stadium here, Javi. We got 3 receivers set, but not before the La Joya Coyotes decided it's time to take a timeout.
I got to call timeout. Let's see what's going on with our defense. We got to stop this drive right here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Javi, and it's a good time out there. You stop the momentum here. You get it off back onto your side on the first drive. You begin to believe that your team can do enough to squash this team. And again, the Raiders were underestimated at the beginning of the season, but
well,
now
not by me.
well, not by you exactly. You said it. You know, this team is gonna be playoff bound. But again, it's going to be very hard for them to surprise anybody. And you called it when you said the battle tonight is going to have to be in the trenches. And on this 3rd and 5, we're going to see exactly that as Rangel's getting ready to take the snap.
So Rangel in shotgun mode, nobody behind him. He tosses it. He's got Beltran. He overshoots. So Beltran had a step on the defender. Rangel cannot connect with Beltran. That would have been an easy walk in for a touchdown. That's going to land for an incomplete pass. That's going to bring up a 4th and 5. The question is not going to be whether they're going to go for it or not.
Yeah, no, and it just looked like he was expecting Beltran to go ahead and keep coming up the field in the middle. And well, Beltran was expecting to do that, and then the pass comes up and to the back of him. And so he had trouble adjusting to it. It's thrown way out of his reach. But now a huge 4th down here on the 39-yard line of the La Joya.
Well, 4th and 5, I wouldn't doubt they go back to the same situation. It sets the bubble screen up the middle, and the ball carrier, after the reception, is going to be dragged down at the 41-yard line. He had to get to the Coyotes 39. I'm going to say he's going to be about a yard short, maybe even 2 yards short. So that'll be a turnover on downs for the Raiders on their opening possession.
And a huge and very ugly tackle there at the end for Gonzalez. He's still down on the field, so we hope all is well with the young freshman there. But again, it was a big 4th down. I think it was an excellent play call by the Raiders. And La Joya just had the men ready to react to that and tackle him about a yard short of the 1st down.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
I opened Alex Restaurant with the intention to give people in Brownsville and those who visit us a very unique experience in the area of retail. We saw the need to give people a personal experience that only a boutique could provide. Here in Alexandria, what we work for is searching for different pieces, textures we bring from India, from Mexico, trying to make this a different experience. The people to find treasures here in their own valley. It's a pleasure to welcome everybody and making them a part of our family. We invite you to discover Brownsville. You can't miss it.
Off gingerly. Hopefully he'll be able to return and help out the Raider offense. But right now the La Joya offense is about to take their first possession. They have it at their own 36-yard line. And the Raiders defense, a stout defense. Let's see if they can stop this running game. And on first down, it's a big bruising running back, Villarreal, who gets it. And it's going to get about a maybe a 4-yard gain on first down.
You know, the sneaky thing about Villarreal, and you got to be careful about him, he's a big bruising running back, as you said, Javi. But once he breaks that line of scrimmage and explodes through that, he's got a little burst of speed that's going to get those linebackers out of position and get into the secondary. And so that's really where he gets most of his yards. And again, they're big up front. And they do come in with a 5th-ranked offense that they're going to face this 2nd-ranked defense. But, you know, that's the only thing the Raiders have to be aware of with Villarreal rushing that ball as they give the ball again. Actually, no, quarterback keeps it this time and is able to get up about 1 yard short up to the 45-yard line and set up a 3rd and 1 now, Javi.
Yeah, that was J.R. Rodriguez with the quarterback keeper. And you're absolutely right, Robert. You know, Villarreal is a nifty running back. He's a bruiser, but he's got some quickness. He's got some elusiveness, and he can get through the line of scrimmage rather quickly. It's 3rd and 1 upcoming for the Coyotes on their opening possession. The give is up the middle. The running back got hit right at the 40-yard line. The Coyotes had to get to the 42, and the 41. They actually get to the 42, so that'll be more than enough for a first down. And of course, that was Eddie Villarreal with the carry and a first down.
Yeah, no, and one of the things that the Raider defense does have is speed, Javi. And you saw that there on that play. Unfortunately, La Joya just needed 2 yards. And they're able to push they needed 1 yard. They were able to get 2 on that play.
Right.
But the Raiders were quickly to get around the ball carrier there as they're putting 9 in the box.
It's going to be a battle of the line of scrimmage, and a pitch out is thrown widely. It's a mad scramble, and then we have a penalty for some reason thrown. Let's see who recovers that fumble. I want to say the Raiders may have recovered. They're going to say no, it's La Joya. I'm not sure why they threw a penalty though.
Yeah, and you might see spearing here, Javi, and the Raiders, the La Joya Coyotes recover, but there's going to be 15 yards added to the end of this play, which might set up a 1st and 10 for La Joya.
The ball was recovered by La Joya. After the play was over, personal foul, spearing, number 7 of the defense.
Well, there you go, Eagle Eye.
On the end of the run, first down.
Mr. Eagle Eye,
Elizondo.
Eagle Eye Elizondo calls it. I missed it. I wouldn't have called it. I would have kept that flag in my back pocket. And instead of the Raider loss of a play right there, you know, loss of negative yards right there, an outstanding play by the defense, it's going to be a big first down for the Coyotes, and they're going to cross midfield for the first time.
And there's going to be another 15-yard on Coach Kaufman now.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Raider bench. It's another 15-yard penalty. First down.
Wow. And that is the first one on the sideline there, so they can ill afford a second one. Coach Kaufman tells him, my bad. You know, and in the heat of the game, you know, this is exactly the spirit you see in such a high importance game, as we said in the beginning of the broadcast.
Well, the Coyotes will take full advantage of 2 15-yard penalties what should have been about a 2nd and maybe 18 is going to be a 1st and 10 for the Coyotes at the Raiders 35-yard line. 30 penalty yards on those 2 plays. So the Coyotes sitting pretty right now on 1st down. They give it and net at the line of scrimmage by a plethora of defenders. A lot of helmets on the ball carrier. Outstanding play by the defense.
So a 2-yard loss there for Villarreal. And that's exactly what I was just talking about, Javi. This defense is quick to get to the ball carrier. And when you're putting 8 to 9 people in the box, because you know what La Jolla is going to throw at you, you know, you're going to be pretty sound. You know, you still have to be fundamentally sound and be ready for that pass. But I guarantee you there's not going to get too many passes here.
No.
As Villarreal comes in with 975 yards on the ground and 16 touchdowns for La Jolla.
That is a big number.
Time out.
16 touchdowns.
La Jolla.
So La Jolla elects to call their 2nd timeout.
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close of wanting to making history.
This close to changing the world.
We're this close.
This close. This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
Ever again. This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio. All we need is you.
This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
Ball game. A couple, you said a couple unsportsmanlike calls there, but again, it just goes to mark the intensity of what we're expecting this evening here for the 2nd place spot in 36A, trying to stay 1 game behind those Bears who trounced McAllen High 31-0 last night, and you know, are really making a statement here in this district.
Yeah, the Bears right now undefeated, #1 in district. Of course, PSJA North, they could have won that game. You know, they played the Bears. They played them soundly. They fell by 3, and they're trying to make up for it right here, trying to do their own against La Jolla. Of course, the Bears already beat La Jolla, and on the next carry, you know, not much doing right there. Great lateral pursuit by the defense. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 11. Not much doing. I'm sorry, I'm still thinking about the Bears. The Raider defense playing outstanding. Great tackle right there by number 11.
And he just sheds a block there. Marco Salinas able to get around the lineman who is supposed to shoot out, chop block him, and the lineman decides to try to take him up high. Not a good choice there, as the defensive back is going to outrun the lineman there and get to the ball carrier. Good job by the Raider defense.
It'll be 3rd and 11. Quarterback under center, looks, scrambles, fires, incomplete pass. He tried to shoot it out to his running back. Incomplete pass, and the Raiders are going to force the Coyotes into a 4th and 11 from the Raider 39-yard line. So more than likely the Raiders are either going to, excuse me, for the 35-yard line, they're going to either try to go for it, Robert, or maybe get a pooch punt, and more than likely they're probably going to go for it.
I don't know. I mean, your defense played pretty soundly here. I don't know if, yeah, you're right. This is going to be 4th down territory for La Jolla. And they're going to try to get him offsides, I think, here. No, quick snap.
It's quarterback under pressure. Scrambles. He fires wildly into the end zone. Man open. And that ball is going to be deflected. And that should be an incomplete pass. But is there a penalty? I'm not sure why there would be a penalty. The ball severely underthrown. The defender and the receiver both had.
This is going to turn into a tizzy here.
You know,
if the call is going to be a pass interference.
Wow,
you're going to hear this sideline over here on this side erupt with boos and hollers.
You know what? Both the defender and the receiver had an opportunity to catch it. They both went for the ball.
Pass interference. Number 7 of the defense.
There it is.
You know, we're not allowed to disagree with the officials, but I got to disagree with them.
Boos and hollers.
That was a bad call.
It's an early Halloween. Boo.
It was severely underthrown. The defender had an opportunity to come back and get the ball. The receiver had a chance to come back and get the ball. That That's a big play. That's one of those plays where maybe you say, you know, as an official, just keep it in your back pocket. That's a game-deciding play right there. Even though we're in the first quarter with 4:29 remaining here at PJ Stadium, DHR Hill Field, it's the Raiders 0, the Coyotes 0, and the Coyotes, Robert, they got a big break right there. It'll be first down for the Coyotes when they should have been Raider football.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, Javi. That's 45 yards and penalties on this drive.
That's a big penalty. That's a big penalty right there.
You had your 2 unsportsmanlike conduct calls. We gave him 30 yards. And another 15 here. It's going to put the ball at the 20.
Yeah, I don't like that call. It's a judgment call. We're going to have to accept it, but we'll do it. You know, it is what it is. We're going to continue playing football, and the Raiders could have gotten off the field defensively. Instead, you know, La Joya did what they had to do. They tossed it up. Two out of three good things would happen, Robert. If he catches it for a touchdown, it's an interference or it's an incomplete pass.
Well, I'm going to go 2 out of 4, 50-50 there, Javi. What if it's an interception?
Well,
I don't know.
I'm not even thinking interception.
There we go. So,
you know, 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. Odds were it would be work in favor of the Coyotes. It did. It is first down and 10 for the Coyotes.
Yeah, no, just some sour luck there for our hometown Raider team here. But that defense, again, quickly to get on the line, shake off that last play.
And the give is to the bruising running back. And Villarreal gets all the way to the Raider 13-yard line. So he's 3 yards short of a first down. 7 yards right there for Eddie Villarreal.
7 yards, and those yards looked easy when I said they're ready to get up onto that line. And, you know, again, you know, these are young men who are playing there, and every call, every play affects them. And it's just really ready to get to play here in the playoff atmosphere.
A quick snap, and they give up the middle, and again, it's straight up power football for the Coyotes. That'll be a first down, and in fact, that's going to be a first and goal upcoming for the Coyotes with 3:43 remaining in the first quarter. We're scoreless here at PSJA Stadium.
Clock ticking, 3:33, you said it. First quarter of a 36A ball game here where both teams come in 3-1 hungry for the next win. As you said, any stumble by the Bears gives the next team an opportunity for that district championship.
Of course, this drive began at the Coyotes' 36-yard line. Quarterback keeper, he's got a lot of running room. He's going to scramble in for a touchdown. And just like that, J.R. Rodriguez, the senior quarterback, scrambles in for a touchdown. The Coyotes open up the ball game with a 6-0 lead.
9-yard run by the quarterback for La Joya as he keeps the Raiders key in on Villarreal, but nothing doing there. He takes the biscuit from the basket, takes it himself up into the end zone. Touchdown La Joya. But again, the defense kind of a little shell-shocked by those penalties there, and their coaches are fighting for everything they got there, Javi.
If you just graduated high school, are looking to change careers, or to upgrade your job skills, Texas Southmost College is the place to start. With over 50 certificates and associate degrees to choose from, TSC has the career for you. At TSC, you get a quality education that's close to home. Earn a certificate or an associate degree and get the education you need for today and tomorrow's job market.
Wouldn't you like to be in demand?
Texas Southmost College in Brownsville.
And again, you really can't argue after the fact, but it is what it is. We're here in a 7-0 ball game. The La Joya Coyotes have just scored on a 9-yard touchdown run. The Raiders had a good drive going until it stalled right after they crossed midfield. And they'll have another opportunity here still early in the ball game, 3:16 left. And this, what I really enjoy about this team here, Javi, is that they're going to keep you guessing. It's either going to be a run or a pass. We got a 50-50 here. La Joya, you know, is going to just shove it down your throat and go straight down with Villarreal or the quarterback. And so I give the option here, or the better opportunity for our hometown team here, the PSJ North Raiders.
Yeah, I think skill-wise, the Raiders are the better team. But of course, with Villarreal running the ball and that strong offensive line from La Joya, it's going to be tough duties. And the kickoff return, it's going to be vaulted up to the 45-yard line. And that is number 11, Marco Salinas, jet streaming all the way to the 45-yard line. So the Raiders will have excellent field position on their second possession.
So he takes the ball here at about the 7-yard line and just shotguns himself out of the barrel there, shoots himself out of the barrel and runs upfield. Nothing but old Greenfield before the coverage begins to cover in and tackles him at the 45-yard line. But you're right, Javi. Great field position on the second drive for our PSJ North Raiders.
Rangel in shotgun formation, 3 receivers to his left. He fires, he throws. Man, he just missed Beltran. Beltran would have caught it in stride. He may have walked in for a touchdown, but unfortunately, that is an incomplete pass, so that brings up a 2nd and 10.
Once again, just a tad bit behind. Beltran expecting the ball in stride. He has got to turn back and just really can't put his paws on that ball there, and it goes behind him. You're right, Javi. If he catches in stride, he is gone for a walk-in touchdown. Great answer for that touchdown for La Joya, but here we are, 2nd and 10 now.
2nd and 10, man in motion is Beltran. They toss it to him. Beltran trying to scoot around the right side, the far sideline right there. He's going to get about maybe 3 or 4 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 6 for the Raiders as they trail 7-0 with 2:50 remaining in the first quarter.
Kaufman sends into play with number 25, Coronado, into the huddle on a very important 3rd and 5 now. Let's see what the Raiders have up their sleeves here as they go up into a twins formation.
2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Rangel flanked by a running back. Rangel sits, fires. He's got a man open and just misfired. He had a receiver wide open. That was the intended receiver was going to be Rolando Coronado. If he catches it, that is a 1st down.
Coronado does an excellent job to sitting in that zone, in that bubble of that zone that the La Joya defense gives him, and he's just, you know, we've been calling some volleyball games. You know, when the ball falls in between the defenders, we call that a campfire. He kind of just sat in between the campfire for La Joya, but again, you know, pass does not connect to Coronado. Missed opportunity for the Raiders as they get into punting formation. Fake punt.
Man wide open. That's Beltran. He catches the 35. He's got 1 man to beat. 20, 25. Sidesteps him. He's going to walk in for a touchdown. What a great play by the Raiders. Wow, they fake the punt. They throw it to Beltran. He defeats 1 defender. Outstanding job. Touchdown, Raiders.
Razzle dazzle. Pull the rabbit out of your hat. Beltran laying down on the sideline over here, just kind of sneakily say, I am not accounted for. Number 28, Rangel, does a good job faking the punt there. Easy pitch and catch, as you would say, Javi.
I love it. And basically, he just had 1 guy to beat. Number 18 does an Olay, and that is a touchdown, Raiders. The extra point coming up. Bad snap. Let's see what they can do with it. They toss it. It's going to be no good. So at the 2:14 mark of the first quarter, the Raiders answer the Coyotes touchdown. Unfortunately, it's incomplete, but is there a penalty? Hold the phones. Hold the phones.
Razzle dazzle, boom bazzle there, right there. Let's bring this back one more time here, Javi. Again, what else would you expect in such a high intensity game that we called at the beginning of this broadcast? A missed opportunity for the Raiders, a 2nd chance as they get offsides. And let's see what we have here in store for our fans.
So the 2nd attempt is up. This time it's good. And with 2:14, Robert Raccarola. With 2:14 remaining in the first quarter, here we see Beltran.
Hino Gas is a proud supporter of Valley High School sports and academics. We encourage you to be prepared for the fall and winter season. Visit hinogas.com to get your propane discount. At Hino Gas, we're here to help. Call us today.
Absolutely right when you call that athlete. He's exciting to watch. We know that the offensive coordinator has surrounded Rangel with some great talent. You got Gonzalez, you have Beltran, and you have a stout offensive line there. And that's what has made PSJ North successful and given them that 3-1 record. You know, a lot of times here, Javi, before the season starts, I get that Campbell High School football. I like to study that, get ready for our play calling here. But they had them last place in this 36A district.
Yes, they did.
And you called it when you said, hey, you know what, Robert? I think they're wrong. I think PSJ North is going to be a very special team. And you're absolutely right. Right now, at 3-1, they were able to tie this ball game 7-7 here with 2:14 remaining in the first quarter.
Well, as we said, as you mentioned, with 2:14, the Raiders looking pretty. Of course, a win here might secure a playoff victory for the Raiders. Of course, they want to do a lot more damage than that. They got 2 more games remaining after this game, so the kick is muffed by the return man at the 5. He's going to get, well, finally gets knocked down at the 17-yard line. So the Coyotes, who opened up the game with a touchdown, are now tied 7-7 with 2:05. They're going to begin their next drive at their own 17-yard line.
Irvin Zamora, the defensive back for the Coyotes, making the coaches on that sideline of the visiting sideline very nervous as he's running around and carrying that ball loosely. He muffs it at the beginning, picks it up right there, and never really tucks it in. Look how loose he carries that ball. Any little punch, any little doing, it's going to pop that ball out. Fortunately for La Joya, he holds on to that ball, but again, the Raiders do an excellent job covering that kickoff here.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Coyotes. Park football, big time run right there by their bruising running back, number 27, of course. It is Eddie Villarreal, one of the top rushers in District 36A and in the Valley. Picks up valuable yards. That'll be a big 1st down for the Coyotes.
Takes that ball from the 17-yard line all the way to the 31-yard line, sending 1st and 10 for La Joya. Again, you know, you know exactly what they're going to give you. You know what medicine you're going to take.
Yeah.
But you got to be able to stop that.
The Raiders trying to defend with a 4-man front. The linebackers trying to fill in those gaps quickly off tackle. And again, another power run, another successful run for the Coyotes. That is going to be about a 7-yard variety right there. So 2nd down upcoming and manageable for the Coyotes.
Good job running off right behind that tackle who pulls off to the right-hand side for La Joya. Villarreal just follows a block, sheds him off, and then gets and pummels himself down for a 7-yard gain here. 1:04 and counting. 2nd and 3, Javi.
Man in motion. They give right up the middle. Power football once again. The Coyotes had to get to the 41-yard line. I believe that is exactly what they got. So a new set of downs upcoming for La Joya.
Quick snap, give it to your power back. The line gets a push. They fall forward. They get you the 3 yards you need, plus a little bit extra. And it's 1st and 10 once again for La Joya. And you know what? This is just exactly what you prepare for. So expect for the transitions and the adjustments to be done by PSJ North here.
And a give once again to the lead running back. He's going to muster himself all the way to the 47-yard line with 20 seconds remaining in the 1st quarter. That may be the final play. And Robert, what we thought it was going to be an outstanding football game between 2 powerhouses.
And you're absolutely right. And I'm not sure if you said muscle or mustard. So mustard, ketchup, and pickles. I don't know what you call that, but you're right. They are moving the ball, put it across they put it near midfield there. The quarterback's going to help the referee say, hey, come adjust that ball as we get ready to start this 2nd quarter in a 7-7 ball game.
It's been one heck of a ball game right now.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Service have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
To help fulfill your retirement needs, come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together. Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
And a bruising run once again as La Joya crosses midfield. They needed 2 for a 1st down. They pick up about 7. tackled at the 45-yard line of the Raiders.
You're right. You know, just last week we had 4 teams at 2-1, Javi. Four teams at 2-1.
Right.
PSJ High was still at 3-0. And then after those 2 teams, we had 4 teams facing off against each other that were 2-1. We had some teams that come unscathed, end up at 3-1, and they're battling each other tonight here, Javi.
Another power run for Villarreal. Villarreal just quite simply just manpower. He puts his shoulders down and uses his leg strength, upper body strength, and powers his way for about a 6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 4 upcoming for La Jolla.
If you're PSJ North, that's just an ugly run there as he just bulldozes some of the defenders there. You know, if you're the...
Come out, PSJ North.
And it's a good call timeout there by the defensive coordinator, you know.
If you're looking for custom hats, shirts, or jackets, then you want Master Stitch. Custom embroidery and screen printing are what we do. Any logo or design, great quality at the right price. For shirts like this, it's Master Stitch. 2500 US 281 Edinburgh.
Exactly what the defensive coordinator for North right now is saying to his team. Says there's no way we can get him up high. We need to go down low. As Will Littleton is talking to his boys right now.
Well, of course, Coach Littleton, the defensive coordinator, is probably telling his defensive linemen, hey, guys, you got to sustain your blocks. Get off your blocks. And, of course, he's saying to his linebackers, you better shoot in the gap because you do not want to let Villarreal get a full head of steam. He's going to be tough to bring down. You better hit him right at the line of scrimmage. And right now, you got to credit the La Jolla offensive line. They're doing a good job at the line of scrimmage.
So 11:09 here in the ball game, and La Jolla is still driving now. 2nd and 4, Javi.
The give is again. Well, no, it's actually a fake, and the quarterback dives forward. And he was almost off to the races. He gets stripped up. He's going to get knocked down at the Raider 26-yard line. More than enough for a first down. So the Coyotes continue to drive the ball. Of course, this drive began at the Coyotes 17-yard line. That is 4 first downs later. They're looking good. Of course, we're in a 7-7 tie.
And you know what? Good call by the offensive coordinator for La Jolla. As he knew Littleton was telling him, focus on number 27 there. And then what else do you do? Let the quarterback keep the ball.
Coming out of a timeout, that is a good call right there. And on the next play, they say, okay, all right, now we're going to pound the ball once again. Much better job right there by the Raider defense. And, of course, led right there by Ryan Reina. He makes a good stop at the point of attack.
And good job by the defense. They're only allowing 3 yards there as the La Jolla Coyotes were gaining 7 on that first down carry on average. And now setting up a 2nd and 8, only a 2-yard carry for Villarreal there after that play.
It'll be 2nd and 8, Robert. As you mentioned, one receiver split out wide. Of course, it's a give up the middle, stood up at the line of scrimmage, but bulldozing action by Villarreal. He was met maybe a yard past the line of scrimmage. He said, none of that. I'm going to pick up about 6 or 7 yards. And that's a big gain right there for the Coyotes.
Sheds the first tackle off as if it was just some snowflake coming off that shoulder. And then, as he said, and then gets tackled there up the field. 3rd and 3 now for La Jolla. And, you know, this ground pound game does take a toll on the defense. But I guarantee you these young men are ready for that challenge.
They give it to Villarreal. Once again, he tries to muscle his way to the 16-yard line, which would have been a first down. In fact, he's going to get knocked down at the 15. So he needed 3. He picks up 5. The Coyotes will extend this possession. And, of course, this began at the 17-yard line. This is going to be their 11th play on the drive. They already have 5 first downs on this drive. So a methodical drive for the Coyotes on first down. Quarterback keeper. He's going to bullet his way to about the 7-yard line, maybe the 8. All depends on the spot, but still a big pickup by the Coyotes.
Good job by number 7 there, 7 for the Raiders. Tackling the quarterback. If not, you know, he's going to get another 6 points for that La Jolla Coyote offense. But again, you know, just it's either Villarreal or Rodriguez who's carrying that ball this evening for La Jolla.
And to be honest, I don't think it matters who runs the ball, because I think the La Jolla offensive line is doing what we haven't seen all year. they're actually dominating the line of scrimmage, but we may have a penalty.
And you know what? Honestly, Javi, I was waiting for that call very, very soon. That offensive line, they're kind of moving right before the ball. They're anticipating that snap.
Right.
And so you have several guys moving, and that's exactly what they call. Good call by the officials there, the line judge on this side, to catch that. And so now a 2nd and 4 turns into a 2nd and 9 for La Joya.
So the Coyotes go up to the line of scrimmage, go with their quarterback, J.R. Rodriguez, under center. And a minimal gain right there, but still positive yards for the Coyotes. It's going to bring up a 3rd down in the red zone of the Raiders. Of course, this game is at 7-7 with 7:40 remaining in the first half.
And so, Javi, I know you're a big fan of 4-down territory. You know, let's say they do not pick up that 1st down here on this 3rd and 4. What do you think La Joya will do?
I'm going to give it to my bruising running back, and he's going to probably fall forward for about 4 or 5 yards.
But that is a moot point now.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's a quarterback keeper. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Coyotes. You know, it's one of those things, Robert, you know, it's do or die. You
Pick
know,
your poison?
You pick your poison. Obviously, defensively, you got to shoot the gaps. Shoot the gaps, deny whether it's Villarreal or the quarterback, Rodriguez, but you got to shoot the gaps. You got to shoot the gaps. And on 1st and goal, a give is to Villarreal. And he's going to sneak in there for about a 4-yard touchdown. So the Coyotes, with their 2nd touchdown of the ball game, they take a 13-7 lead with 6:55 remaining in the first half.
Something interesting that we saw on this drive was that the defensive line for the Raiders had to make some substitutions. We talked about how run heavy this offense is for La Joya. And again, ground and pound game wears you out. We got a guy leaping over. That is going to be a 15-yard penalty for the Raiders as 7 goes flying over. And let's see what the call is on the field. Here we go.
Conduct, number 7, defense, Hurley. That penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
So as we said, 15-yard variety there. And that's going to push the penalty yards to 60 plus. And so as we get ready to go on this kickoff here, you know, a 14-7 ball game, 2nd quarter, 6:55. It's exactly what we talked about, being a playoff atmosphere. The coaches are trying to argue the call that he did not leap, that he jumped over and got flipped over, but nonetheless he crossed the line of scrimmage leaping, and so that's the call that's going to go on the field. It's going to stand. And so we talked about how many opportunities you have for onside kicks. This is a good opportunity for La Joya to exactly set one up here. You're still going to end the ball up in good territory. So, you know, again, we talked about how strong the community is supporting the Raiders here. We're going to send it down on the field to see our fans supporting our PSJ North Raiders this evening. Take it away.
Hey PSJ family, we want to welcome LBJ Middle School, Raul Longoria Elementary, Kelly Farr Elementary to our Raider game. Let's give them a round of applause. We want to thank them for supporting our Raider Nation.
Support the Raider Nation. Indeed, it's always awesome to see the young fans watching these Friday Night Lights. Again, these are the things that dreams are made of here, Javi.
Yeah.
You know, if you're in football, band, dance, cheer, you know, sports medicine, whatever it is, you know, when you get to high school, you want to be part of this. Student organizations come to support everybody. It's just a part of Texas high school football, part of the Texas high school culture, and nobody does it better than PSJA ISD.
You're absolutely right. And of course, you know, that's a beauty of football. Playing here at PSJA Stadium, you know, eventually, you know, whether you're a football player or a band member or anything else, you know, when you're in elementary, in middle school. Eventually, you could see the big bright lights, and you want to be a part of the big show. And right now, the big show is between La Joya, the visitors, the Coyotes, and our very own PSJA North Raiders. And right now, the upper hand goes to the Raiders.
So speaking of the big show, last night, Javi, here in our home field, what a show did the PSJ Southwest Javelinas put on as they were able to take the Brownsville veterans to double overtime and win it 41-38. So great job for the hometown team, Javelinas, as we see Rangel take it up the field, up the middle, up the sideline. Nobody there to stop him but one more man. He escapes him, going upfield. There he goes to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown Raiders!
75 yards later, the Raiders, big run by Rangel. That was beautifully said. He eluded a couple of tacklers, and the Raiders answer the call from the Coyotes. It is now 14-13. Big time play right there by the Raiders.
Give me a second to pick up all my stuff. I think I dropped my pen, my notes, everything here, Javi. Here we see the replay. Rangel keeps the ball. Quarterback draw, takes it up to the right-hand side, cuts to the left-hand side, up the middle. 1, 2 missed tackles right there by La Joya. 3, 4, count them. Turns around, spins. Ain't nobody gonna touch me now. Extra point is up. Extra point is good.
Stop today at 523 Express Printing, 1 block from UTRGB in Edinburgh. For copies, school, marketing, or fundraising materials, it's the place for printing needs. Business cards, labels, invitations, letters, signs, banners, and more. Call 523 Express Printing today.
I could get by 2-3 guys, and then he eludes another defender, shrugs him off, and after that, it is off to the races. No way, no one's going to catch him. He knew it at the 20. He starts shredding his stuff, and that is a Raider touchdown. Beautiful, baby. I call that easy money.
Easy money indeed. Do-si-do, spin me around. Here we go. Raiders right back in that ball game. 1 play, 75 yards. Pack the house. You did it tonight. Good job, Elementaries here supporting Raider Nation.
It is 14-14 here at PSJA Stadium, DHR Health Field, in a pivotal District 36A 5-8 matchup. Both teams trying to remain 1 game behind first place. Both teams trying to maintain that second place spot. And of course, that means a lot when you get to the playoffs, Robert. You know, you want to be one of the top teams in the playoff spots. And right now, the Raiders 14, Coyotes 14, 6:40 remaining. Of course, both teams with 1 timeout remaining. The Coyotes will receive this kickoff, and they will receive the second half kickoff. So an important drive right here defensively for our very own PSJA North Raiders.
And we talk again about the decision to kick it off into the end zone for La Joya, where they could have onside kicked it. Maybe had a different end of result there, but nonetheless, 14-14. Here's the kickoff, Javi.
It's a low liner. It's going to sail into the end zone. That'll be a touchback, so the Coyotes will bring it out to their 25-yard line. And of course, Rob, you know, this is an intense game. I tell you what, you know, last night we saw a game between Brownsville Veterans Memorial and PSJA Southwest. We mentioned it in the broadcast that it was a must-win for PSJA Southwest. It was a playoff game. They had to win to remain in the balance, in the picture, and they got it done. Tonight we had the same situation.
Yeah, absolutely, Javi. You know, you win, and it almost guarantees you a spot in that playoff race. If you beat the 3-1 team here on the snap again, give to Villarreal, and just the usual, he's going to pick up his 7 to 8 yards for La Joya, and no answer yet from PSJA North. There's still plenty of time here for La Joya. 6:25. They do have 1 timeout remaining. And again, the Raider defense has the momentum on their side after that big play from Rangel.
Yeah, the key for the Raiders, though, is that, you know, they play well defensively. Right now they're going with a goal line defense, 5 defensive linemen. And the give is an end around, and the running back is going to, he needed 2. Let's see if there's any penalties or anything. There is, and after a 4-yard pickup, that might be a extracurricular activity in the 15-yard variety.
Late hit on the defense, number 7. 15-yard penalty from the other run, first down.
And PSJ North does it big, you know, and if it's not a big play, it's a big penalty, Javi. And this is their fifth 15-yard penalty. That's 75 yards on sportsmanlike or, you know, personal fouls there. And they're quickly getting to that 100-yard marker. And that's something we've seen here from our PSJ teams lately is that, you know, we do get over 100 yards in penalties, and you cannot afford to do that if you're getting ready to be a playoff caliber team.
Yeah, and you know, Robert, sometimes it's discipline, sometimes it's just, you know, your blood's pumping and you want to go hit somebody. And I'm going to blame that one on just going and wanting to hit somebody. But again, you want to keep yourself within the perimeter of the game, within the sidelines, and not make a silly foul. And on first down, the Coyotes pick up 3 yards.
And that's a quarterback keeping it off to the right-hand side of the line. Not much doing there. He does get 3 yards. Something you know, that we see on average for the quarterback there. Keeping that defense guessing. Again, some substitutions for the Raiders here, as this offense has a tendency to wear their opponents down.
Right, they have a big bruising offensive line. Of course, you know, to me, I think the Raiders have the best front seven. They are extremely talented in the front seven, but of course they're put to the test tonight, and put to the test right there. They do an outstanding job. They get a tackle for a loss, so that's going to bring up a third down, maybe about a 3rd and 8, about a half-yard loss on second down.
And some curious play calling there for La Jolla, as this is 2 times that the quarterback has taken the ball. The defense does a great job of sealing the edge there. He has no option but to cut it back in field, where he's got about 8 to 10 defenders coming back inside. Great job by the Raider defense, swarming a sea of black over the quarterback there. And what an attack by the Raiders.
It was great defensive stop right there by the Raiders on second down. They're going to have to do it again here on third down, 3rd and 8. The run is up the middle. They're going to get to the 40-yard line of the Raiders. They had to get to the Raider 38, so that brings up a 4th and 2. Robert, do you think they're going to go for it?
Let me think about that. I think yes.
There you go. There's your answer.
And so they will go for it here.
So Coach Farias hears you. Here we see the replay. There's a simple give up the middle. Good tough defense. 7 undercuts the running back, Villarreal. And it's going to be 4th and 2, par football upcoming, and it is. And I want to say the Raiders won that fight right there. I'm going to say the Raiders won it. Raiders will take over. Enthusiasm on the Raiders side. You can hear the fans roaring right now. Great defensive stop.
That is the fans and our Jumbotron with the assist there. But yes, nonetheless, the noise is loud enough, and they stop them about half a yard short of the first down. You see the Raiders do an excellent job turning him sideways after initial contact. Once you go sideways, you ain't going forward. And again, just short turnover on downs for the Raider defense. Score 1 there for Raider Nation.
So the Raiders will take over on downs after a great defensive stop. Let's see if the offense can get rejuvenated here, as we are in a 14-14 tie with 3:45 remaining in the first half. A big-time game, the McAllen Monitor Game of the Week, and we haven't seen anything less than the Game of the Week. It has been outstanding from both teams.
Yeah, and so the picks go 6 picks for the Raiders on the Monitor, 5 picks for La Jolla. So they're just about even. Something interesting to watch is just the play of number 21 after that injury earlier in the first quarter.
Rangel and shotgun fire, shoots, connects with Beltran. Beltran crosses the 40-yard line of the Coyotes. They're going to say he's down at the 36-yard line. Big-time play. Rangel just sits in the pocket, shoots, fires. The speedy Beltran does his job, holds on to the ball after some serious contact. First down, Raiders.
Still about 3:20 left in 3 minutes here left in this second quarter here, Javi. Raiders at their own at the La Jolla 36-yard line.
Well, the Raiders want to use up this clock. They're at 2:48, 10 on the play clock. Rangel in shotgun mode, man in motion. He's gonna, well, he's not gonna give it to anybody.
Legal snap. Offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty. Makes first down.
And that's just the chances you take when you begin to motion man and you got yourself a good drive going. It's the adrenaline that's kicking in and you're ready to go. and that's what got number 70 there to get off sides, to have that false start there. And again, some of these penalties sometimes are momentum killers. But again, nothing but Mo on the Raider offensive side right now.
Well, it is 14-14. The Raiders would like nothing better than to take a lead into the half. Quarterback keeper Rangel splits 2 defenders, splits another one, almost broke through linebacker. He's going to get tackled at the Coyotes 33-yard line. Here we see Rangel. Robert, what do you think?
And this is the reason he's the 5th ranked running back here in this district. He's able to avoid these tackles, just slewed past them and gain those extra yards.
8-yard pickup from Rangel.
I'm sorry, I got distracted. Referee's getting to reset the clock. Clock will still run. We're under 2 minutes now here. It's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Raiders after that penalty earlier in first down, but they're able to get much of it back here.
Right.
The ball's now on the La Joya 33-yard line.
It'll be 2nd and 7, 3 men out to the right. Rangel looks, he fires, he has a man wide open, and that is a big catch, big toss, big catch by Rolando Coronado. That'll stop the clock momentarily. A little bit over a minute to go. Beautiful pass, beautiful reception. Coronado does his job holding on to it. He falls inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Raiders at the Coyotes 8-yard line.
Great recognition by Rangel as he picks up that blitz. He knows he has one-on-one coverage on the outside, and Coronado does an excellent job beating his defender. Easy pitch and catch for Rangel there.
1st and goal. The give is up the middle. He's going to get denied. In fact, that is a fumble. La Joya trying to return it. They're still right. It's fumbled again, picked up, and I'm hoping they said he was out of bounds. I'm not sure if he can do that. That looked like an illegal fumble just to toss it to one of your teammates, but what's the call here? Let's see what happens. Was it a fumble? Was he stopped at forward progress? Was he down by contact? Big discussion by the head referee.
Offsides on the defense, number 11. At the distance, first down.
Well, 4-leaf clover was on somebody's back because that was offside. It didn't matter what the play called, what the event expired after that play. It is simply offsides. The Raiders dodge a bullet. The bullet dodgers, the Raiders, are going to move it up to the Coyotes 4-yard line.
Fortunate indeed. Great job there by the officials to recognize that offsides by number 11. But Javi, 1:07 left here. Ball is sitting on the Coyote 4-yard line. And what an exciting finish to this half we got ourselves tonight.
1st and goal at the 4, shotgun mode, quarterback keeper. That is Beltran, and Beltran follows his lead blockers in for a touchdown. Touchdown Raiders. They will take the lead for the first time this evening, 20-14, with 1:03 remaining in the first half. Beltran, quarterback keeper. That's beautiful.
And there's our very own Ariana Garcia, who is our PR coordinator there. Great job. Our fans supporting her. And again, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Good run by Beltran coming off that formation there for the Raiders.
Right.
Whoa, here we go, extra point.
It's up, good hold, good kick, line drive kick, that is good. So Beltran comes in, Robert. 1st and goal from the 4. Wildcat formation, he scores easily. Of course, we have a penalty here on the extra point. I'm thinking they're going to wave it off.
Well, I think they ran into the kicker there. So they're going to put it on the kickoff. On the kickoff here, the field goal is good.
Extra point is good. Personal foul, roughing the kicker. 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
So no, it is a 15-yard variety there, roughing the kicker. Here we see the touchdown by Beltran. You said Wildcat formation, just tucks that ball. Good job putting that ball into that belly. Both hands on the ball. Follow your blocks. 6 points. Sound the horns. Raider Nation is up 21-14 with 1:03 here left in the second quarter of a very, very interesting ball game that has playoff implications written all over it.
Well, both teams, Robert, have one timeout remaining with 1:03 left. Of course, what do the Raiders do? Of course, they got a 15-yard penalty in their back pocket right there. They're going to kick it off from the Coyotes' 45-yard line. Do you gamble? Do you onside kick? I would. Why not?
You got nothing to lose. If the ball goes out of bounds without anybody touching, ball goes to 35. If the ball hits somebody off, then you're going to get off the body of one of those La Joya defenders. You have an opportunity to recover. If it passes that 10-yard, space there, you have an opportunity to recover. Nonetheless, that ball's going to be still at around the 35, Javi. It's an easy choice for me.
So the Raiders with options with a 21-14 lead with 1:03 remaining in the second quarter. Big time implications in tonight's game in District 36A. The Raiders right now looking good. And it's going to be a squib kick. And who's going to field it? It falls. It's a mad scramble. Finally hit. The running back's going to get it. He's going to fall at the 5-yard line. So great job by the Raiders. They did not recover it, Robert, but they put the Coyotes in a very difficult situation.
So now if you're the Coyotes, you know that you don't got the type of offense that's going to explode those big runs. Your offense is going to take 6-7 minutes to get downfield. And a great job by the kicker just to put that ball, and that ball just kind of just dies there at around the 4-yard line, 3-yard line. And very fortunate for the La Joya Coyotes, they pick it up because the Raiders were already all over that pigskin there.
Well, the Raiders will probably get after the quarterback here. They're probably going to play prevent defense with a couple of deep safety defenders. And, of course, the Coyotes with J.R. Rodriguez at quarterback is going to hand the ball off. Not much doing. He's going to play it safe. And the Coyotes pick up a couple yards, maybe inch up to about the 9-yard line. Doesn't get to the 10. So with 45 seconds remaining in the first half, each team with still a timeout pending.
And again, if you're La Joya, I don't know why you chance a bad handoff or a bad snap. You know, too many things can go wrong here.
And the second down give is a quarterback keeper and a toss to the running back. I don't know about that one. I would have just yielded myself, but of course, you know, I'm not head coach. I'm just a commentator, and the Coyotes, that could have been big time trouble. You get tackled at the 5-yard line, maybe the 6, so it's going to be a third down. And will that? Yes, it will do it. Robert, we've had an outstanding football game here at PSJA Stadium at DHR Hillfield. Halftime, the Raiders 21, Coyotes 14. We send it down to Pedro Leja and the halftime entertainment.
If you drive a truck, we're looking for you. Rollins Transportation is now hiring non-CDL drivers for FedEx ground delivery routes. You must be 21 years or older, have 1+ year driving a 15-foot or larger box truck, have a clean background check, a clean driving record, and be able to provide a driving employment history. There are multiple open spots available. If you have what it takes to be part of our growing team, don't wait. Call, text, or email to apply today.
Illusions Boutique in Far specializes in quinceañeras, tiaras, jewelry, and accessories to accentuate beautiful dresses just for your daughter. Unique styles you won't find anywhere else. Make her quinceañera the best and come to Illusions Boutique.
Don't pass up the savings at Mi Casa Furniture. Score big at Mi Casa Furniture.
7533 Boca Chica Boulevard, Brownsville.
As you said, any stumble by the Bears gives the next team an opportunity for that district championship.
Of course, this drive began at the Coyotes' 36-yard line. Quarterback keeper, he's got a lot of running room. He's going to scramble in for a touchdown. And just like that, J.R. Rodriguez, the Raiders are the better team. But of course, with Villarreal running the ball and that strong offensive line from La Joya, it's going to be tough duties. And the kickoff return, it's going to be vaulted up to the 45-yard line. And that is number 11.
But again, you know, pass does not connect to Coronado. Missed opportunity for the Raiders as they get into punting formation. Fake punt.
Man, wide open. That's Beltran. He catches the 35. He's got one man to beat. 20, 25. Sidesteps him. He's going to waltz in for a touchdown. What a great play by the Raiders. And on first and goal, a give is to Villarreal. And he's going to sneak in there for about a 4-yard touchdown. So the Coyotes with their second touchdown of the ball game.
31-38. So great job for the hometown team, the Javelinas, as we see Rangel take it up the field, up the middle, up the sideline. Nobody there to stop him but one more man. He escapes him, going upfield. There he goes to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown Raiders!
70 tough defense. 7 undercuts the running back, Villarreal. And it's going to be 4th and 2, par football upcoming, and it is. And I want to say the Raiders won that fight right there. I'm going to say the Raiders won it. Raiders will take over. Enthusiasm on the Raiders side. You can hear the fans.
Raiders on the monitor, 5 picks for La Joya. So they're just about even. Something interesting to watch is just the play of number 21 after that injury earlier in the first quarter.
Rangel and shotgun fire, shoots. Connects with Beltran. Beltran crosses the 40-yard line of the
earlier in first down, but they're able to get much of it back here.
Right.
The ball's now on the La Joya 33-yard line.
It'll be 2nd and 7. 3 men out to the right. Rangel looks, he fires, he has a man wide open, and that is a big catch, big toss, big catch by Rolando Coronado.
Ball is sitting on the Coyote 4-yard line. And what an exciting finish to this half we got ourselves tonight.
First and goal at the 4, shotgun mode, quarterback keeper. That is Beltran, and Beltran follows his lead blockers in for a touchdown. Touchdown Raiders. They will take the lead for the first time this evening.
There's lots to see and do in the Rio Grande Valley. If this means the world to you, trust your vision to Gulf Coast Eye Institute. For over 25 years, we've served patients with comprehensive care using the latest technology. Our team of doctors cover a wide spectrum of eye care specialties with locations across South Texas for your convenience, and always treat you with compassionate care. We want you to keep seeing and doing everything South Texas has to offer. Gulf Coast Eye Institute, your world, your vision.
And now, under the field direction of Senior Drum Major Josiah Garza, Junior Drum Majors Kaylin Mendiola and Michael Gonzalez, we proudly present the La Joya High School Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the band that marches with pride.
Lone Star National Bank is the #1 lender to small businesses in the Valley. For 35 years, we have invested in the health and well-being of our community. Lone Star National Bank. For 35 years, the Valley's bank.
The new location for Children's Depot in Wesco is a third facility within our family offering high-quality education and infant care. Classrooms are filling fast, so take advantage of open enrollment today. School readiness curriculum, including science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. Children's Depot, the education station. Truck Techs in Harlingen is your source for lifts, wheels, and tires. Talking trucks of any size, any model, and any year. Specializing in accessories with top-of-the-line products to bring that special look to your truck in a professional way. Lifts, wheels, and tires, with financing available too. Call today or stop by Truck Techs in Harlingen.
As you said, any stumble by the Bears gives the next team an opportunity for that district championship.
Of course, this drive began at the Coyotes' 36-yard line. Quarterback keeper, he's got a lot of running room. He's going to scramble in for a touchdown. And just like that, J.R. Rodriguez, the Raiders are the better team. But of course, with Villarreal running the ball and that strong offensive line from La Joya, it's going to be tough duties, and the kickoff return, it's going to be vaulted up to the 45-yard line, and that is number 11.
But again, you know, pass does not connect to Coronado. Missed opportunity for the Raiders as they get into punting formation. Fake punt.
Man, wide open. That's Beltran. He catches the 35. He's got one man to beat. 20, 25. Sidesteps him. He's going to waltz in for a touchdown. What a great play by the Raiders. And on first and goal, a give is to Villarreal. And he's going to sneak in there for about a 4-yard touchdown. So the Coyotes, with their second touchdown of the ball game,
31-38. So great job for the hometown team, Javelinas, as we see Rangel take it up the field, up the middle, up the sideline. Nobody there to stop him but one more man. He escapes and going upfield. There he goes to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown Raiders!
70 tough defense. 7 undercuts the running back, Villarreal. And it's going to be 4th and 2 par football upcoming, and it is. And I want to say the Raiders won that fight right there. I'm going to say the Raiders won it. Raiders will take over. Enthusiasm on the Raiders side. You can hear the fans.
Raiders on the monitor, 5 picks for La Joya. So they're just about even. Something interesting to watch is just the play of number 21 after that injury early in the first quarter.
Rangel and shotgun fire, shoots. Connects with Beltran. Beltran crosses the 40-yard line of the
earlier in first down, but they're able to get much of it back here.
Right.
The ball's now on the La Joya 33-yard line.
It'll be 2nd and 7. 3 men out to the right. Rangel looks, he fires, he has a man wide open, and that is a big catch. big toss, big catch by Rolando Coronado.
Ball is sitting on the Coyote 4-yard line. And what an exciting finish to this half we got ourselves tonight.
First and goal at the 4, shotgun mode, quarterback keeper. That is Beltran, and Beltran follows his lead blockers in for a touchdown. Touchdown Raiders. They will take the lead for the first time this evening.
The Raider band is led by drum majors Anaí Ortiz, Josué Marín, and head drum major Hector Cabrera. Ladies and gentlemen, put your nachos down and your hands together for the PSJA North Raider Band. PSJA North, Raider Band, and Raiderettes.
Thank you, and that was a spectacular performance by the Raider Band, Samantha.
Yes, shout out goes to our band. They advanced in the 6A marching contest. They will be performing tomorrow in Laredo. Congrats.
So if you have a chance and you want to go support them tomorrow at Laredo, right?
Yes, Laredo. Congratulations, Raider Band.
Of course, congratulations to all of them. And now let's talk about football. It's a very good, very close game. The La Joya Coyotes has been leading the Raiders for a couple of times, and now the Raiders are back and they're up on the score 21-14. So let's take it upstairs with Javier Martinez and Robert Elizondo for the second half action, guys.
Thank you there, Pedro, and welcome back, folks, to second half of football here at PSJA Stadium, DHR Health Field. It's a barn burner. It's exactly what we expected. The monitor, the McAllen Monitor Game of the Week, PSJA North Raiders against the La Joya Coyotes. Not disappointing. The Raiders are up heading into the third quarter, 21-14. Robert, after a great halftime entertainment, what do you think is in store here in the second half?
And so you mentioned the monitor again, and they opened up with saying an unmovable force meeting an unstoppable object. So that's exactly what we got ourselves here tonight. But right now, the unstoppable object is the PSJA North Raider offense, as they were able to quickly answer that touchdown from La Joya after the quarterback ran it in, and Rangel himself says, I can do the same, but he takes it for the 70-yard variety type.
Right.
And then they finish off the half, capping off a great drive, and that's what we got ourselves here right now, a 21-14 ball game to start off the third quarter, and an exciting evening so far, Javi.
Yeah, and it was a big drive. It was a big drive because the Raiders are about to kick off, so instead of it being a 14-14 tie and the Coyotes perhaps taking the lead, the Raiders have a 21-14 lead. Both teams one game behind first place in District 36A. Both teams trying to advance to the playoffs, and it's a playoff atmosphere. Both teams getting after it. And on that kickoff, the Coyotes will start the second half from their own 15-yard line, I believe.
It will be at the 20-yard line. No, you are correct. It is the 20-yard line. Here we see the kickoff here. Good job by the kick coverage team to not allow him get to the 25. Actually, credit number 25 for the Coyotes for that tackle. He stops his own man there.
Right.
And the Coyotes get their first drive of the second half at the 20-yard line.
They got tackled at the 15, but forward progress was at the 20. And on first down, as we've seen all night long, the Coyotes, Villarreal, with a power run. And that gains about 4 yards.
Expect more of the same here, as they're going to give it to their running back, Eddie V. Not the Eddie V from Pro Jam, but the Eddie V from La Joya.
That's right.
And so, again, you know, just a heavy dose of the La Joya running back sprinkled in with a little bit of the quarterback keeping it. And that's what we've had all evening long from the La Joya offense.
And, of course, they have their quarterback, J.R. Rodriguez, under center. A quick give up the middle, and that's going to net on another 3 to 4 yards. It's going to bring up a third and a very manageable 2 yards for the Coyotes here on their opening possession of the second half.
So we got a little break. I know it's not too much of a break as the offense gets ready to call the next play. But want to get a shout out to the 4 bands here at PSJA ISD. They all got Division 1s in pigskin. Unfortunately, our Class 5A schools will not advance to area because it's not their year. but both PSJ North and PSJ High Bears will be competing in Laredo tomorrow. So again, congratulations to the Fine Arts Department here at PSJ ISD.
Congratulations and good luck tomorrow. The bands producing tremendously here at PSJ ISD, as do the student body, and athletic-wise, they do as well. And as we say that, the Raiders come up with a big stop in the backfield. It's going to bring up a 4th and 5, and more than likely a punting situation for the Coyotes.
Absolutely. With Halloween around the corner, what's your favorite candy bar? Butterfingers, and that's exactly what they had there. They fumbled the ball there, but La Joya quickly recovers, setting up a 4th down situation. Man late getting onto the field. High snap.
A punt, whereas a penalty is thrown. Received at the 37, quickly to the 40, 50, 45, 40, off to the race. He's got one man to beat, and he does. 30, 25, 15, and he's going to say he got pushed out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Of course, there is a flag. Let's see if this play is going to hold up.
And I believe it will. I think the Coyotes ended up with 12 men on the field. Illegal shift.
Illegal shift on the punting team. That penalty decline. First down.
And of course, that was Arturo Beltran with an amazing run back. Stays in bounds. Keeps his composure. Picks up a couple of blocks downfield. Next thing you know, the Raiders are in business as they have the ball to start the second half at the Coyotes 21-yard line.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that, Javi. The whistle there. I think the mic might still be on there.
21-yard line for the Raiders under center. Rangel, 2 running backs behind him. A quarterback keeper. He follows those 2 lead blockers. He's going to get knocked down at about the 20-yard line. So it'll be a minimal gain of about a yard, maybe yard and a half on that. They're going to measure it, and they're going to say it's going to be 2nd and 9 upcoming for the Raiders.
Josue Bermea, the linebacker, junior linebacker from La Joya, spying on Rangel there, cuts in, shoots a gap, makes a fine tackle for only a 1-yard gain for the Raiders.
So the Raiders at the line of scrimmage, they got 3 receivers set out to the far sideline. Rangel in shotgun mode. Fakes it, keeps it, passes the 15, the 10, finally gets brought down at the 8-yard line. Great quarterback read option right there by Rangel, and the Raiders are in business early here in the 3rd quarter.
And so we got ourselves an injury timeout here, but yeah, no, great call there by Rangel as he decides to keep the ball. Whoa, just keeps the ball there and high and tight. They reach for it, but again, he does gain the yards needed for that first down, setting up 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. And again, you know, the Raiders picking up where they left off in the 2nd quarter with a good drive, taking it down to the end zone. They did get that punt, a good punt return by Beltran. And we might have ourselves a really good ball game here for our home crowd if we're able to put up another 6 points for the Raiders.
Well, the Raiders, of course, lead 21-14. They scored right before the half. They're riding that momentum, Robert. And, you know, right now, you know, they forced a 3-and-out. They got a great return by Beltran. And right now, offensively, you know, it's been Rangel. Rangel really driving the ball down the field. You got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They are dominating the line of scrimmage right now.
Absolutely. These guys get very little credit for the show that they're able to put on and let their star players, Beltran, Gonzalez, and Rangel here as they get ready for a snap.
The snap it's a quarterback keeper. No, it's a handoff. And it's going to be inside the 10-yard line. I'm not sure if they picked up anything right there, so that'll bring up a 2nd and goal upcoming for the Raiders. Of course, they are 2nd and goal at the Coyotes 9-yard line with 8:25 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It is the Raiders 21, Coyotes 14.
Toss to the right-hand side by the Raiders, nets them a negative 1-yard carry for Rangel there. Again, you know, this battle's been won in the trenches. That time it's won by La Joya, but don't expect that to last too long by this explosive Raider offense.
Rangel in shotgun position, and he may have drawn the defense offsides.
False start on the offense.
Wow.
Number 44.
False start.
The 5-yard
Goes the other
penalty.
way.
Remains 2nd down.
So that is now a total of negative 6 yards after 2 possessions there after 2 plays. One that did not get going there after this false start. So after that negative 1 yard carry by Rangel, we take it back 5 more yards. What was 1st and 8 has become 2nd and 14 here, Javi.
Well, we have a discussion. I'm not sure what the discussion is going to be. It was offside. It's simply a 5-yard penalty. There we go. So it'll be, as you mentioned, 2nd and goal from the Coyotes 14-yard line with 8:03 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Raiders with a 7-point lead, 21-14, trying to add to that early in the 3rd quarter. Quarterback Isaiah Rangel in the shotgun. Looks, fires. Bubble screen to Beltran. Beltran picks up a couple of blocks. He's going to get tackled down at about the 7-yard line. So good pickup. About a 5 to 6 yard pickup. So that is going to bring up a 3rd and goal from the Coyotes 8-yard line.
Simple wide receiver screen, bubble screen. You called it in, back into the inside. Let his lineman do some blocking. Try to get the athleticism of Beltran to get upfield. But a good job by the linebackers to shut that play down after only a 6-yard gain.
So here we go. It's going to be 3rd down. It is a pivotal play in the ball game, although we are still in the early stages. Possession right there. As we see the replay, you know, Beltran gets the ball from Rangel, gets shot down, tackled hard by number 2, Noah Gonzalez, a senior. And the Raiders, after a penalty, pick up 5 yards on that reception. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the Raiders 8-yard line. Of course, they're trying to pad that 7-point lead, and that's big right here. Midway through the 3rd quarter, Rangel flanked by a running back. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Rangel looks, fires to his left, and he's got a man wide open, and that is caught. And that is number 25 with the reception, Rolando Coronado. Big-time touchdown from Rangel to Coronado. The Raiders take a 27-14 lead.
You go get what they're giving you, Javi, and that's exactly what the Raiders did. You know, as a defensive back, the one play you don't ever give up when you're in the end zone is the slant.
Yeah.
So you play inside out, and you want to get beaten on the fade, but not the slant. That's too easy of a catch and pitch and catch from Rangel to Coronado. So they take it, and with that, they will also take a 27-point score here. They missed the extra point. So 27-14 now.
The Edinburgh Economic Development Corporation supports our local economy. When you shop local, your money stays right here in the city of Edinburgh, creating jobs, paving streets, and keeping you safe. The Edinburgh EDC, reminding you to love the locals.
That being said, we're going to take it down to the field, to the sidelines with Pedro Leija.
Thank you, guys, and what a score for the PSJA North Raiders. This it takes more advantage of the situation, of course, to manage the clock for the remaining of the 3rd quarter. As of now in district, the Raiders average 30. Mark, back to you guys.
And thank you there, Pedro, for that insight. Of course, Pedro Leija doing an outstanding job, Robert, the entire season on the sidelines. The man walking around the sideline. I envy him because, you know, you want to watch a high school football game. We're right at the 50-yard line. We're perched up pretty high. I'd rather be right on the sidelines where the action is. You know, I might even throw a block in or a tackle every once in a while if I get that close to the field.
Yeah, no, that might be illegal of you doing that. And you might quickly get escorted off this field. But you said we got a good perch up here, great view of the ball game. You know, we get to see both sides of the field and the crowds, and we got ourselves a packed house this night as the Raiders are getting ready to kick off here.
And it is an excellent kickoff, which will sail into the end zone, so the Coyotes will get their second possession of the second half from their own 25-yard line as they trail by 13 points. PSJA North right now looking solid. Got a full moon. It's October. We're nearing Halloween, and I tell you what, you know, we're blessed. We've been getting great, beautiful football weather.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful evening this evening here in DHR Health Field at PSJA Stadium. And what makes this evening better is our hometown Raiders have this 13-point lead in the third quarter.
And on first down, the big running attack from the Coyotes picks about 3 to 4 yards. Not much doing. You got to give a lot of credit to that stingy Raider defense. Really stuffing everything. The quarterback keeper not fooling anybody, and just a lot of helmets out there. Good open field tackle by number 90 right there. Outstanding job.
Aaron Alvarez. You know, he is the cornerstone of that defensive line, and there we go. Full moon out tonight. And, you know, again, the Raiders on the prowl here, looking to take what the Coyotes give them.
And on second down, what the Coyotes try to do is a running play in between the tackles. Of course, the stingy Raider defense, Raider Nation up to the task once again at the point of attack. And the Coyotes barely managed to get to the 30-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 upcoming.
You know, you had a good initial push by the La Joya offensive line, but a better job by the linebackers for the Raiders to stuff that at the point of attack and limit the yards gained. They're setting up a 3rd and 5 here, Javi.
Big play upcoming for the Coyotes. Quarterback keeper, does he get enough? Yes, he does, and he fumbles. Well, they're going to say he's down by contact. He needed a couple yards. He gets all the way to the 40, so that'll be more than enough for a Coyote first down.
And that's something that Rodriguez does very well. He's able to find that little gap in the line and take it upfield. You know, he leads forward quite a bit. That gains him those extra yards. But one of the things that also keeps him from doing is staying upright and getting the, you know, once he breaks across, if he stays on his feet, he's going to get you a lot more yards.
Right. And on the new set of downs, of course, the quarterback keeps it once again. Not much doing. A stout defense right there, led by number 42 for the Raiders. Zeth Arevalo hitting the quarterback, knocking him down after a short gain.
Yeah, good job again. And it's a linebacker play that we're seeing come up and make those hits. But that's not before the defensive line keeps those gaps, you know, stuffed and forcing those run carriers to go outside. And that's exactly what you get there, clean up by the linebackers there.
So La Joya quickly up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to continue to press forward. A quarterback keeper after a fake to their lead running back. Quarterback's going to scamper past midfield, knocked down at the 49-yard line. And Robert, the Coyotes have crossed midfield. They're on the Raiders side of the football field.
Again, the focus of the defense is on Eddie V there, but the quarterback Rodriguez keeps it upfield, makes a good yards there, moves the chains once again. I expect this time the ball go to that big bruising running back for La Joya.
Well, let's see. The Raiders counter with 4 defensive linemen. In fact, it's a goal line defense, almost 5 defensive linemen. This time they shut it down. Minimal gain for the Coyotes. They're going to inch forward about 2 yards at the Raider 47-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 as the Raiders lead 27-14 with 4:20 remaining in the third quarter.
The Raiders defensive line sends 3 guys in, 3 guys out. Keep trying to keep those fresh legs again, as this offense will wear you down. But the Raiders doing a good job supplementing that defense.
Quick snap by the Coyotes, a stumble by the running back, but still he manages to pick up a couple yards. It was 3rd and 8. It's probably going to be about a 4th and 5. So the Raiders with a great opportunity here to get off the field on 3rd down if they can.
Yeah, so it was 2nd and 8 after that first play. Now it's going to be 3rd and 5 now.
Right.
And so again, the Raiders, you have an excellent opportunity to stop them here in Raider territory, however, with the ball sitting at the 44-yard line.
The Coyotes, a predominant running team, expect nothing less here. They're going to give it to their up back, and of course that is Villarreal. Villarreal stood hard at the line of scrimmage. Great job right there by the Raider Nation defense, a stingy defense, and minimal gain, so it's going to bring up a 4th down, and the Coyotes more than likely, Robert, they got to go for it here.
Yeah, no, and there's some trash talking going down on the field right now. But right now the only talking that's being done is a score here, 27-14 for the Raiders. The punt unit does come on for La Joya. Timeout Raiders right now.
PSJ North.
So that'll be a timeout for the Raiders. Their second here in...
Looking for a new garage door or just need repairs? Overhead Door stands for excellence. With a complete line of garage doors and openers, plus expert service you can trust. Beautifully designed, beautifully crafted, trusted for more than 90 years. Always look for the Overhead Door logo to be sure you're getting the genuine, the original Overhead Door.
Overhead Door of South Texas. Look for the red ribbon, 956-787-DOOR.
Back to you.
Outstanding athletic ability both on and off the
that
field
was sharp. Great synchronization right there. I like it.
I try to do that, I'm going to get myself hurt.
Well, the Coyotes are going to punt for it on 4th down. They're going to punt, and the punt sails into the end zone. So we thought maybe they were going to go for it, but after the fine athleticism from the cheerleaders, they said, you know what, we'd rather punt. And they do punt. It sails into the end zone. So the Raiders, with 2:48 remaining in the 3rd quarter, they're going to get the ball at the 20-yard line with a 13-point cushion. They're up 27-14.
And the punter almost did a really good job there, punting that to the corner of the end zone and pinning them deep, but instead it rolls into the end zone. Ball come back out to the 20. There we see the student section for PSJ North. Cheer on wildly, guys. Your team is up this evening as we get a play to the right-hand side for a minimal gain on 1st down.
Yeah, not much doing there, Robert, but I tell you what, the key right now is keep it between the hash marks. Keep the clock running. The clock is your best friend when you have a 13-point lead, and that's what the Raiders want to do. They want to establish their running game, continue to do that, and eat up as much clock as they can and get out of here with a big win.
Yeah, you're right. You know, the 13th man there would be your clock. They're your best friend. And so that's exactly what the Raiders are doing, nursing that 13-point lead. They don't want to get too comfortable, too conservative right now. You still want to attack, Javi. And let's see what they have drawn up here.
1 second on the play clock. Fires by the quarterback, and wow, that was a dangerous pass. Almost caught, almost intercepted. That was for Coronado, and that ball sails incomplete. Of course, that's going to stop the game clock. It's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And you see Rangel here roll out to the right, throw it out there. 25 does a good job again, sitting into the zone. A little bit behind him. Once again, this is the 3rd time we see that pass from all behind the wide receivers. Puts him in a dangerous situation. Nonetheless, 3rd and 9 with the ball here at the 21-yard line of the Raiders.
So Rangel in shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, flanked by a running back. 3rd and 9. 5 on the play clock. He gets it off, fires, shoots, and incomplete. So that's going to bring up a 4th down, 4th and 9, and the Raiders will have to punt.
Number 8 for the Raiders has to catch the ball, Nathan Salinas, before you run there. And that's exactly what did not happen. He turns his eyes to look upfield. It would have been about 2 or 3 yards short of the 1st down, but I guarantee you he could have easily plunged forward to move the chains. Unfortunately for the Raiders, it is an incomplete pass. Stops the clock, 4th and 9 from the 21. Puts him in a punting situation. Again, some confusion there as the man runs late there with 4 seconds left on the clock.
So the Raiders punt. It's a high one, not a very deep one though, and it's going to land on the Raiders side of the football field. Takes a Raider bounce, so it's going to cross midfield. So the Coyotes will take over at their own 47-yard line, make that the 48. The Raiders right now 27. Coyotes 14. Late stages of the third quarter.
And the official's going to have a word with Kaufman right now. They're going to have a conference there around midfield.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this is about. Actually, I did not even see a flag thrown.
Offsides on the defense. We'll mark 5 yards from the end of the kick. First down, La Joya.
Well, it was 4th and 9. I think if they were offsides, it would have made it 4th and 4. So the Raiders and Coach Kaufman elect to take the penalty yards after the punt. That's going to force the Coyotes to start inside their own side of the football field at the 30, actually the 41-yard line. So, oh, check that. Maybe the 43 after the penalty. I'm a little confused on the yard marker.
Yeah,
but it is the 43.
Yeah, they have not set the ball, but yeah, the ball will be on the 43-yard line, Javi. And again, the Raiders will have to step up and stop them again. They weren't off the field for too long. That was a 3 and out there on that offensive play series.
Yeah, quick 3 and out. Let's see if the Raiders can return the favor defensively. Quarterback keeper, not much doing there. He dives forward. He's going to be fortunate just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he picks up about half a yard. They're going to say no gain on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 10 upcoming for the Coyotes.
And the coaches on the sideline for La Joya are livid right now at their players. They saw a missed opportunity there that they weren't able to capitalize on. And the line needed to stay on those blocks, but that just tells you what a good job those Raiders defensive linemen have been doing all evening long.
Yeah, they're attacking the line of scrimmage, win the line of scrimmage, and that time another quarterback give. You know, it's interesting as they're faking it up the middle to Villarreal, and the quarterback, Rodriguez, is keeping it. It's interesting that we're seeing that. Maybe Villarreal is not up to 100%, and maybe they're going to unleash Villarreal in the fourth quarter. But right now, it is a steady diet of Rodriguez keeping the ball as the quarterback.
You're right there, Javi. But again, you know, if you got 9 people in the box, you can afford to let a couple scrape off and focus on Rodriguez, and that's exactly what this defense has been doing.
On 3rd down, quarterback keeps it under heavy pressure. He's going to get flushed out of the pocket. Can they get him? They trip him up, and they do. Outstanding job. That is going to be a big-time loss, big-time tackle. And the Raiders defense comes up strong once again.
And that was big old number 90, Aaron Alvarez, who chases down the quarterback from behind as he scrolls out to his right, goes back to his left, and a great physical effort by Alvarez to trip him up and sack the quarterback way deep in La Joya territory.
I tell you what, Aaron Alvarez is a junior. He's a defensive lineman, and he did a great job of knocking down, tripping up the quarterback, who's a speedy quarterback. And I believe maybe Alvarez is a bit shaken up, so we're going to have an injury timeout. But again, the Raiders doing the job. It's going to be 4th and 16 upcoming for the...
Looking to add that special look to your home? Then stop by Nip and Tuck Draperies in downtown Harlingen. With a wide assortment of draperies, blinds, bedspreads, and more, they specialize in creating exactly what you want. Quilting done right in the shop, in the workroom. Open Monday through Friday, or call today for free estimates at 956-428-4331. Visit us on Facebook or stop by 214 East Jackson. It's Nip and Tuck Draperies as you shop downtown Harlingen.
Get this 4th down play underway, Javi.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th down, and, you know, the Raiders defense right now dominating defensively here in the second half. And basically, Robert, it has been one of those things to where they've dominated from second quarter on. You know, they played outstanding. They fell down early. Now they have an opportunity to win this ball game, and there's a punt by the Coyotes, and La Joya is going to down it at the Raiders 11-yard line. So the Raiders with 20, well, actually that'll be the last play of the third quarter. So the Raiders 27, La Joya 14. The Raiders trying to stay in contention for a district title.
And the coaches for the Raiders are pumped up as they're trying to get the crowd pumped up. They're trying to get their players pumped up. You got to take that energy that you've built up, as you said, Javi, from the second quarter on, and put it all on the line right now here in the fourth quarter to walk away with that all-important W.
Yeah.
And sit at 4-1 in district.
Right. You know, after that, you know, Robert, 4-1, there's 7 district games. Anything can happen. Of course, the Raiders are looking pretty. With this win, that pretty much assures the Raiders get a playoff spot. It's not a given, but pretty much they're in. It's a big game. The Raiders are stepping up, and the Raiders are starting to get better and better as each week goes by. And there goes Rangel, as I said, getting better and better. He's up to the races, the 50. Can he pick up the last blocker? 45-30. Can he get in there? Touchdown, Rangel. My goodness.
89
yards. My goodness. Rangel does it again. He's had a 75-yard touchdown run. You know what? He's better than 75-yard touchdown run. Go ahead on a 89-yarder.
Why
Here
not?
we go on the replay.
With those 2 runs alone, 164 yards on the ground for Rangel. Once again, that goes to show you why he was the 5th leading rusher in 36A. And he looked in for his block. Good job right there. Good clean block by number 24. As he said, having one man to beat. And look at number 21, Gonzalez, come in. Just
the freshman.
Yeah, that's that energy.
A key block that sprung him. Touchdown, Rangel, touchdown, Raiders. I tell you what, Raiders are up. Big time.
For over 65 years, VTX1 Companies has called South Texas home. And that means more to us than just being in a community. It means being part of the community. Through the good times and the hard times, celebrating every triumph and lending a helping hand whenever we can. From farm to city and neighbor to neighbor, VTX1 Companies is there, bringing friends, families, businesses, and communities closer together. VTX1 Companies, connecting you since '52.
Do it in style with 89 yards. Also an update for tonight in Brownsville. PSJA Memorial is beating Brownsville Porter 28-12. So it looks like for week 9 of high school football, at least as of now, the 4 high schools from PSJA are going to have a victory on their belts. Back to you guys.
Everybody's hands go up and they stay there and they stay there. Right now, the Raiders are up 34-14. And again, Pedro, thank you so much for your reporting on the sideline. You know, an all-important part of this game. But again, when we talk about important parts of the game, none more important than the quarterback play this evening from Rangel.
Well, it's quarterback against quarterback. You know, Rangel right there, we see it. Johnny on the spot. Look at that. He, great vision, breaks one tackle, cuts it back, picks up a block, has the wisdom to say, you know what, let me pick up one more block. He's off to the races. There's nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, Rangel. It's been Rangel against the La Joya quarterback. And,
Rodriguez.
you know, Rodriguez has done well, but Rangel has been superior.
And here we get ready to set the kickoff here from the 40-yard line of the Raiders. A little squib kick. It is picked up by number 19 at the 25-yard line, carried upfield. Nice hard tackle by the Raiders coverage team to put the ball at the 36-yard line for La Joya. That's where they will start this next drive, Javi. 3 timeouts, 20 points down.
Yep.
And no momentum currently on that sideline.
You know, I tell you what, Robert, you know, we're in interesting times here at PSJA Stadium. You know, last night, PSJA Southwest, tremendous victory.
Yeah, no, there's nothing less than exciting
I
from
want
that
to
one.
say that was a signature victory last night. They beat a team with 1 loss deep in the season. It was a great win. I give, you know, the Southwest a lot of credit. I give all PSJA a lot of credit because I tell you what, PSJA has an outstanding football team. We're watching another outstanding football team in PSJA North. It is great times to be here at PSJA Stadium because we got a lot of talent on the football field.
And as you said that the talent, you talked about Rodriguez. Rodriguez says, all right, Rangel, let's take the gloves off and let's get going. He scrambles out. They set up a pass. Nobody open. He tucks it up, runs up, gets the yards needed to move the chains. On that first play from scrimmage, it is a first down for La Joya, and they move the ball up to their own 48-yard line.
Yeah, quickly up to midfield, just 2 yards shy of the 50-yard line. La Joya, of course, is not going to show any quit. They're down by 20 with 11:31. It's Raiders 34, Coyotes 14. The give is up the middle. No, it's a pitch out to the running back, and what a great job right there. Number 2, and of course, it is number 90. Noah Gonzalez, and no stranger to big contact, Aaron Alvarez, making a big-time tackle right there in the backfield.
You know, and sometimes you outthink yourself there, and I think that's exactly what happened on the La Joya side. You know, you're trying to keep that defense guessing, but you really got to stick to what's working right now. You're 20 points down. The defense does an excellent job swarming to the ball. You know that it's hard to run outside of the speedy defense here this season.
Yeah, Raymond Villegas had no chance on that. Quarterback rolls out, throws it, fires. It's going to be incomplete as he underthrows his receiver at the 35-yard line. Would have been a first down if he gets it to him. So that'll bring a fourth down. Is it third down? Third down and 10 upcoming for La Joya from the La Joya Coyotes 48-yard line with 10:47. Raiders 34, Coyotes 14.
Very hard for a quarterback to roll out, a left-handed quarterback to roll out right and try to throw left against his body. And that's exactly what happened there. So the ball falls way short of the receiver. But you're right, it would have been a first down. But again, difficult position for the quarterback that he found himself in.
Quarterback rolls out, once again fires, and another incomplete pass. He had a man open. Of course, that would have been well short of the first down if he completes it. So incomplete pass, it brings up a 4th and 10, and it appears the Coyotes are going to be punting once again. And Robert, I tell you what, this Raider defense is playing lights out here in the second half.
And you know what? That's the caveat that you fall into when you become one-dimensional, as the La Joya Coyotes have done. They're a ground running team, and so when you fall behind by 20, it's very difficult for you to come back. And so when you start playing out of your system here, good punt there again by the punter as the ball rolls, takes a Coyote bounce. But again, you play out of your system, which is not the passing game,
right?
And the quarterback's not used to doing that. It's going to be difficult for you, your players, to get a rhythm going. And that's exactly what La Joya did on this drive. They tried to pass it on a couple plays. The quarterback not used to passing, the receiver's not used to running those routes. And you see the product of that. So a great job by the defense. They get the ball back after that punt. 34-14, 10-32. Get ready for a heavy dose of Gonzalez and Rangel here, and some quick short passes that are going to give you high percentage passes to keep that clock running.
Yeah, and of course they want to keep it in between the hash marks. Keep the clock running. The clock is their best friend with a 2-touchdown lead. Big time run right there. Bruising run right there by the freshman, Gonzalez. Gonzalez picks up a first down, and the Raiders are smelling victory.
And that's just to let you know, hey, man, I'm all right after that big shot I took the first quarter. I'll be all right. I'll bounce back right there. These guys are young. A good job. Way to hold down to that ball as he crosses the line of scrimmage. 2 hands on the ball. Tucks it up. Pounds the ball in for a first down for Raider Nation.
So the Raiders will have first down at their own 33-yard line. Of course, they got a 2-touchdown lead. Big drive for the Raiders. Can they seal the deal? And, of course, they will right there on a big-time pass to Rangel to his open receiver. Wow, great reception right there by number 83, Israel Olivares, the senior. And just like that, Robert, the Raiders cross midfield.
We talked about high percentage passes. And, again, the La Joya Coyotes go all in on the run. They leave their man one-on-one. Nobody covers the tight end up in that seam there. Easy pitch and catch for Rangel.
I like what I'm seeing from the Raiders right now. Let's see if they can continue to apply the pressure on the Coyote defense. Rangel under center, pitches it. Big gaping hole right there. Great job by that offensive front on the right side. And Beltran, easy money right there. 4-yard pickup on first down.
Schoolhouse right here. You got the heavy side of the line there to the right-hand side. Just toss it over to your speedy back. He's going to follow those big boys up the field, get the yards needed to keep the ball moving forward. 4-yard gain, Javi. 2nd and Actually, they're going to credit him 5-yard gain.
All right, I'll give him a 5 myself. I like that. Pat the stats, 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5. The Raiders trying to put this game away with a signature drive right here. They give it to their freshman running back, Gonzalez, and he's off to the races, folks. He's got a lead blocker. There's nobody going to catch him. Touchdown, Gonzalez and the Raiders. A 41-yard bolt by the freshman. The Raiders are on fire right now.
The Undertaker has come in and put the nail in the coffin there. It is 40-14 for Kaufman's men as Gonzalez takes the ball off the left-hand side. Some excellent blocking by the line and a little bit more by the quarterback right there. Touchdown Raiders. So the score now becomes 40-14 after that touchdown run by Gonzalez with the extra point here waiting, Javi.
After a 41-yard touchdown by Gonzalez, the Raiders trying to pick up 2 points on a bad snap, and they're going to get denied. Fine effort right there by Marco Salinas. Not much going on right there. And that's been the only default for the Raiders tonight. They've missed 2 extra points. Other than that,
score is a reflection of the electricity we can feel here on the sidelines. And what a way to come back from Isaac Gonzalez after that injury. It was a couple of plays ago, that big run, and now the score 40-14 in favor of the Raiders when we are late on the 4th quarter. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Pedro. Back to us. And you're right. That is the product. That's a big score right now, 40-14. And the energy that you talked about on the sideline from the fans all evening long, from the coaches, but most of all from those young men who are playing under these Friday night lights here at DHR Health Field at PSJA Stadium, giving the home crowd a show for the evening here. Everybody's going to go home feeling good tonight. If we walk away with this W, nothing's guaranteed. So again, we talked about staying aggressive both on offense and defense. Expect some trickery here from the La Joya Coyotes, and as they try to battle back to get in this ball game.
8:41 remaining in the ball game. Of course, the Raiders with a 40-14 lead. The Coyotes are going to lay down and give this game up. And with that being said, the Coyotes return the ball all the way to the 30-yard line. So that's where they're going to set up shop. 1st and 10, trailing. And the Coyotes with all 3 timeouts. 8.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. They got to score, and they got to score in bunches if they want to make a comeback.
It is a 26-point deficit that they'll have to dig themselves up. We talked about the Undertaker here and that nail in the coffin, but absolutely you're going to have to dig yourself out of the hole that you find yourself in here with only 8:30 left in the 4th quarter. So it's going to be big play, onside kick, big play, onside kick, and try to hope for a chance to have everything fall in your direction. But as we say that,
for the snap, delay a game on the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Wow, that's a costly penalty. A lot of second downing, I guess, as you mentioned. You know, they got to score big, score quick, and the Coyotes they're gonna get backed up 5 yards. Coach Ruben Farias, indecisive right there, sending in the play. And the Coyotes are going to face a 1st and 15. And more importantly, they're down by 3 scores with 8.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Quarterback under center. He's going to roll out, stumbles, sits, a lot of pressure, fires, and it's maybe deflected at the line of scrimmage, nowhere near the receiver. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 15. The Raiders are dominating here in the second half defensively.
And yeah, no, he gets hit as he's throwing that ball there. And so the ball just flutters down onto the field. An incomplete pass there, Javi. So again, 2nd and 15 after that penalty. And the Raiders getting fresh legs out there on that defensive line once again.
Yeah, they're going to try to get that four-man front to put pressure on the quarterback. More than likely a passing situation for the Coyotes. And, in fact, it's a quarterback keeper. A lot of running room, though. He's going to get past the 40. A flag, I believe, was thrown. I'm not sure if it was thrown or not, but it's going to be a first down for the Coyotes as the play stands.
And that's just the type of runner Rodriguez is. At the end, he finishes it with an exclamation point. He puts his shoulders down and just hits that defender, and he tumbles. The defender tumbles back as Rodriguez falls forward enough to get for the first down on that play for a 15-yard carry.
Yeah, they needed 15. Actually, they picked up 16, so big first down. Quarterback keeper once again, this time in at the line of scrimmage. Outstanding job right there by number 9. That was J.J. Navarrete, the senior, making a big-time open field tackle.
J.J. Navarrete and number 44, Ryan Reina there, as he does, just keeps his key. I got quarterback, you got pitch. They do exactly as they're told. And Reina with the tackle for the sack on the quarterback. Rodriguez, 1 yard loss, 2nd and 11 here. The clock is ticking, Javi.
And actually, I gave credit to Navarrete, but you were right. Reina with the initial contact on the ball carrier. 2nd down. And we have a stoppage in play.
Timeout, La Joya.
An emphatic timeout by the referee, saying it's a timeout by La Joya.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
Yeah, well, basically, Robert, timeouts are timeouts. You can't keep them. I think right now it's more of a learning situation. You got to remember, regardless of what happens in this game, PSG North's going to be sitting pretty in 2nd place. La Joya is going to drop down, and it's going to be a mad scramble between 4 teams for 2 spots. So I guarantee you, Ruben Farias over there, the head coach, 2nd-year head coach for the Coyotes, is saying, hey, let's regroup, let's play good fundamental football, because we're going to need the next 2 weeks to get ourselves into the playoffs.
Absolutely there, Javi, as we get ready to take the 2nd 11 snap after the timeout. Quarterback rolls off to his right.
Got running room, a lot of running room, passes midfield, gets to the 40, tries to pick up a block, gets upended as he crosses the 45, dives forward to the Raiders' 43-yard line. So big-time pickup by the quarterback, Rodriguez.
And the quarterback's, a little slow getting up, a little slow to get back into the huddle. These long runs, east and west, are going to take a toll, Javi. And the defense has done an excellent job of shutting down Villarreal this second half.
I tell you what impresses me about the Raider defense, their front 4 are nasty. They're big fellas. They get after the quarterback. As we see there, wow, on cue, beautiful play. They get a quarterback sack. And I'll tell you what, was there a penalty?
There is a huge face mask on the quarterback.
Well,
they ripped
still
his
got to the quarterback regardless. I love what I just saw right there.
Personal foul, face mask, number 42 of the defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down. Quarterback does not have to leave the field. The helmet was yanked off.
Arevalo was called for the face mask, but I tell you what, Robert, he came into the backfield like a lightning bolt. And that's what the Raiders bring. That front 4 is explosive. And I tell you what, the Raiders secondary and linebackers, they're about as fast as anybody in the Valley. They are an outstanding defense.
And the quarterback fails to see that the defense is coming off on the right-hand side, very heavy. And the cornerback over here to the home side left his receiver to go in for a blitz. That should have been an easy check call.
That should have been. We saw it. He didn't see it. I'm glad he didn't. But, yes, you're absolutely right. If he just turns his left side, that's an easy pitch and catch. And instead, on first down, after a penalty, the Coyotes pick up about another 3 to 4 yards. The Raiders will be more than happy to give up 3 to 4 yards because they're The clock is on their favor. The scoreboard is on their favor. 6 minutes remaining in the ball game. PSJ North, outstanding. 40. La Joya, 14.
And this is something we talked about. When you become one-dimensional, as the Coyotes are with that heavy run game, it's very hard to dig yourself out of such a huge hole as they find themselves out here. Again, just a short run by the quarterback, able to get another 3 yards. This is La Joya Coyote football. 3 and 4 yards every down.
It's effective football. It's not effective when you're down by 3 scores, though. And as I mentioned, you know, the Raiders, they're sealing up the line of scrimmage. Their defensive front is holding their blocks. They're allowing the linebackers to get to the quarterback, who's a primary ball carrier, which surprises me. You know, they have Eddie Villarreal, who's been very quiet this evening. I'm not sure what's going on with him, but it's been the quarterback, Rodriguez, trying to do the main damage. He fires. He has a man open, and he misshoots 2 receivers, and a crossing pattern almost intercepted with a diving attempt by Marco Salinas.
And I think the PSJA Bears set up the blueprints on how to stop and slow down this heavy run attack for La Joya.
Yeah.
You know, they did an excellent job shutting down the La Joya Coyotes, and the Raiders just picked off where the Bears left off.
Right.
And that's what you saw this evening. You know, the defense struggled in the first quarter, but they got their bearings on. They got their bearings straight, settled down, and really have controlled and dictated the type of play that we've been seeing all evening long.
It'll be 4th down. This is do or die right here for the Coyotes. Last gasp right here. They give it to their big bruising running back, Villarreal. Villarreal picks up the 1st down. And that's what we expected, Robert. A lot of heavy dosage from Villarreal. We haven't seen it, but in that play right there, Villarreal on 4th down picks up a valuable 1st down for the Coyotes.
And again, you know, you get 4 yards on 1st, 4 yards on 2nd, 4 yards on 3rd, you move the chains. That's exactly where La Joya excels at.
Right.
But with the score being 40-14 tonight, you know, the window is closing quickly.
Yeah, and it's closing quickly, Robert, because there's only 4.5 minutes to go, and La Joya's not a quick strike offense. They are not at all. They're going to try it, and almost picked off. Dangerous pass, really threw into no man's land. Does the Raiders a favor right there. It's going to be 2nd down, upcoming for the Coyotes at the Raiders' 18-yard line. Of course, the Raiders comfortably ahead, 40-14, with 4 minutes and 19 seconds remaining here at PSJA Stadium at DHR Health Field.
So we have 18 seconds on the play clock. The game clock stopped after that incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. Here's the snap, Javi.
And the quarterback looks, scrambles to his right. A lot of running room. Elects to pass it, throws it. And that is well covered by the defensive man. Incomplete pass. The quarterback, Rodriguez, probably would have been better off initially running for about 6 or 7 yards.
And I think right now, you know, the toll of the game is the players are having to pay the toll for this game here, as we see the quarterback roll off to his left-hand side, cut back, go right to his right. The receiver's well covered there. Really not a lot of room. Throws it up high. Can't catch it. Nobody's going to receive that. And the receiver falls down. And I believe that's where he's going to stay.
Right. Right. And you got to give credit to Marco Salinas. Great coverage right there by that senior defensive back. He's been all over the field. We've called his name several times tonight. Outstanding job by the defensive back. And the Raiders right now, you know, Robert, they look very sound. And I'm going to be honest with you. You know, early in the season, I made a bold statement. I said the Raiders are going to challenge for the district title. And, well, they lost to Bears. You know, PSJ High is going to hopefully win a district title. Raiders hopefully get second. But I tell you what, this is a dangerous team. They seem to be getting better week by week.
Absolutely. And I don't know why the teams felt like they're ready to play. They still have an injured man over there in that end zone.
In the end zone. Well, you know, maybe the Whataburgers are getting cold. I don't know. They pre-ordered them.
Don't worry. I guarantee you, no matter how cold or how hot they are, the burgers are going to taste great tonight for this PSJ North Raider team. And here we go again. You know, our training staff and everybody who puts a work into what goes on these evenings. It's not an easy task for a school district.
I opened Alex Ron with the intention to give people in Brownsville and those who visit us a very unique experience in the area of retail. We saw the need to give people a personal experience that only a boutique could provide. Here in Alex and Raw, what we work for is searching for different pieces, textures we bring from India, from Mexico, trying to make this a different experience. The people to find treasures here in their own valley. It's a pleasure to welcome everybody and making them a part of our family. We invite you to discover Brownsville. You can't miss it.
This close.
We're this close.
We are this close.
Of opportunity.
To making history.
This close to changing the world.
We are this close.
This close. This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
ever again. This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio.
All we need is you.
This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
If you just graduated high school, are looking to change careers, or to upgrade your job skills, Texas Southmost College is the place to start. With over 50 certificates and associate degrees to choose from, TSC has the career for you. At TSC, you get a quality education that's close to home. Earn a certificate or an associate degree, and get the education you need for today and tomorrow's job market.
Wouldn't you like to be in demand?
Texas Southmost College in Brownsville.
Hino Gas is a proud supporter of Valley High School sports and academics. We encourage you to be prepared for the fall and winter season. Visit hinogas.com to get your propane discount. At Hino Gas, we're here to help. Call us today.
In the fans, you know, it's just a big production, and it's a great celebration on Friday night, and that is what people talk about throughout the United States. Texas is what football, high school football, is all about.
Absolutely, Javi. Well said. And so, we got ourselves 2 more games, Javi. I believe PSJ North will be facing McAllen Memorial next week, and they will finish it with McAllen High, and then that's it. You know, the playoffs will take place after that. We do have PSJ High sitting at 4-0 after yesterday's, beating of the McAllen Bulldogs 31-0.
They face Mission next week, so that may be the district championship right there.
Correct, and North will be at 4-1 after tonight's game. You know, with 4:11 left and a 40-14 lead, if they walk away with the W, which is looking very likely. And then you got PSJ Southwest at 2-2. They are going to need a little bit of help to get into those playoffs in 16-5A Division I. If they win out, with a loss by Palmview or a couple losses by Brownsville Veterans, and you got yourselves maybe 3 teams in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And again, it shows the hard work of not only the staff, the coaches, the athletic department, and everybody else who's involved, but the hard work of those kids that start this in August, and some of these start in spring ball, Javi.
Yeah, you mentioned the hard work, dedication, but it's a will. There is a will to succeed, and I think here at PSJA we have that will. As we get a big round of applause as the La Joya Coyote player is going to walk off the field. But it's a will to win, and as they say, Robert, success breeds success. And little by little, I think we're starting to see that we're starting to get to a generation where these kids are believing in themselves. They're starting to flex their muscle and starting to say, you know what, we are PSJA and we can hold up against anybody in the valley, and we're starting to see that.
And so now the whistle is blown. The play clock begins. 20 seconds here, 4:11. And La Joya lines up with the ball at the 17-yard line, 3rd and 10 here, Javi.
And with That being said, the quarterback tosses it. He fumbles it. Does he get it? It's going to be a wild scramble. They're going to say the ball went out of bounds. The Raiders could have pretty much sealed the deal. I'm not sure there's any penalties or anything else going on, but
well, what's going on there? Our big screen there's got the Kukui getting. It seems like it's getting possessed there as we got that squirrely blob there. But here we go. You know, bad pitch, bad decision by the quarterback to toss that ball, puts it in a precarious situation. I think I just made up a word there.
Yeah,
but still.
I've never seen it in the Britannica Encyclopedia.
I don't think words, the definitions are in the encyclopedia. I think you're talking about Webster's there maybe there, Javi.
Well, you know, I still have my Britannica Encyclopedia at home from 1978. It's probably a collector's edition by now.
Scramble by the quarterback for La Joya, nets him no yards. It will be a turnover on downs. And that's pretty much the ball game, barring any turnovers and miracles here. And so, again, PSJA North getting the ball with 3:57 to go. Coyotes with only 2 timeouts. Expect a heavy dose of running here for the Raiders. 1st and 10, ball's on the 25, 3:57 to go here in the 4th quarter. 26-point lead by the Raiders. Rangel gets the ball, gives it up to Gonzalez off the left-hand side. He bounces it out back to the right-hand side. Gonzalez is going to use his shifty moves, escapes one defender, takes it up to 45-50, cuts back, bulls over, back to the 40, some hard running there again by Gonzalez, all the way to the 37-yard line of La Joya. Again, the aggressiveness of this PSJA North team on all exhibit here. Come and watch the show. It's still going on. 3:34 and counting. A huge run by Gonzalez. After he looked like he initially was going to get stopped off the left-hand side, bounces it off, goes to the right-hand side, does the rest with his legs and his athleticism. Great job, Gonzalez. Here we see the replay. Gonzalez going up the right-hand side, lowers his shoulders. A little help from the blocker there. Good job. Keeps both hands on the ball. Good fundamentally round ground game for Gonzalez. Rangel gets a snap, tosses it to his running back there. That's number 24. Good run there for Jonathan Garza. Way to keep that ball safe. Way to keep the clock ticking. 2:54. That will be a 6-yard gain. A 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3 now for the Raiders. Ball's on the 30 of La Joya. Raiders go up to the ball here. Goal line set, snap, toss to Gonzalez to the left-hand side. Oh my goodness, gets tripped up by his own player. He had the cut lane back to the right. And if he puts his foot down, cuts back and explodes down, he would easily have gotten another 3-4 yards needed for that first down. But in second, it's going to be 3rd and 3 now. More importantly, that clock keeps ticking downwards. And it, again, a big victory for your PSJA North Raiders this evening, who faced a very talented 3-1 La Joya team who was coming in here battling for 2nd place in 36A play. The Raiders put a stamp on this one. Toss to the right-hand side. Again to Garza. Garza cuts it back. Big hit. That will stop the clock. He will be stopped 2 yards short of the first down. It will be 4th and 2. Clock still ticking. A first down will end this ball game. And what a better finish for this evening than to end it with an exclamation point and get that first down as they get ready to take on McAllen Memorial next week. Raiders again in goal line formation. The give to Gonzalez. He will not get the yards necessary for that first down, so it will be a turnover on downs. Nonetheless, Javi, there's only a minute remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, that pretty much wraps it up here from PSJA Stadium. The Raiders come out, you know, as underdogs throughout the season. They flex their muscle tonight against a big quality team from La Joya, the Coyotes. And the Raiders continue to remain. As you see the cheerleaders. I'm not sure what you call that dance. I'm not sure I could even replicate that move right there. But it looks good. And the Raiders are looking good as they're sitting pretty. Just one game out of first place. And of course, I want to say, I'm going to go out on a limb. The Raiders caught pretty much killing a playoff spot with this victory tonight. First down for the Coyotes. They're going to get pushed back hard, and the Raider defense is relentless. And they push that ball carrier backwards. They're going to say forward progress was right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down with 46 seconds remaining in the ballgame.
Anselmo Davila, the sophomore running back, getting some playing time there, giving Big Eddie V a rest. And this is going to give an opportunity for the La Joya Coyotes to lick their wounds after this loss here to the Raiders. And you know, the replay here having a little trouble also going on rewind, and that's exactly what we saw on that play.
Big hit right there.
You know, rewind on number 30 there.
The next play is a running play for the Coyotes. Of course, they're going to pick up a first down. It's all academic now, though. Of course, as the clock is at 14 seconds, it's a first down. It's going to stop momentarily. After that, it's going to pick up, and in fact, it's already ticking down. Robert, the PSJA North Raiders in a must-win situation. They dominate tonight. They took it to La Joya. They shellacked them tonight.
Excellent job all around by the Raiders. The whole team getting a victory, Javi. The Raiders go to 4-1, La Joya 3-2. And you're right. They might have just cemented themselves a playoff spot in this very tough 36A district.
That's a big-time win. The Raiders 40, La Joya 14. On behalf of myself and Robert and KTRI, we're going to send it down to Pedro for
as you said, any stumble by the Bears gives the next team an opportunity for that district championship.
Of course, this drive began at the Coyotes' 36-yard line. Quarterback keeper, he's got a lot of running room. He's going to scramble in for a touchdown. And just like that, J.R. Rodriguez, the Raiders are the better team. But of course, with Villarreal running the ball and that strong offensive line from La Joya, it's going to be tough duties. And the kickoff return, it's going to be vaulted up to the 45-yard line. And that is number 11.
But again, you know, pass does not connect to Coronado. Missed opportunity for the Raiders as they get into punting formation. Fake punt.
Man, wide open. That's Beltran. He catches the 35. He's got one man to beat. 20, 25. Sidesteps him. He's going to waltz in for a touchdown. What a great play by the Raiders. And on first and goal, a give is to Villarreal. And he's going to sneak in there for about a 4-yard touchdown. So the Coyotes, with their second touchdown of the ball game,
41-38. So great job for the hometown team, Javelinas, as we see Rangel take it up the field, up the middle, up the sideline. Nobody there to stop him but one more man. He escapes and going upfield. There he goes to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown Raiders!
70 of defense. 7 undercuts the running back Villarreal. And it's going to be 4th and 2 par football upcoming, and it is. And I want to say the Raiders won that fight right there. I'm going to say the Raiders won it. Raiders will take over. Enthusiasm on the Raiders side. You can hear the fans.
Raiders on the monitor, 5 picks for La Joya. So they're just about even. Something interesting to watch is just the play of number 21 after that injury early in the first quarter.
Rangel and shotgun fire, shoots. Connects with Beltran. Beltran crosses the 40-yard line of the
earlier in first down, but they're able to get much of it back here.
Right.
The ball's now on the La Joya 33-yard line.
It'll be 2nd and 7. 3 men out to the right. Rangel looks, he fires, he has a man wide open, and that is a big catch, big toss, big catch by Rolando Coronado.
Ball is sitting on the Coyote 4-yard line. And what an exciting finish to this half we got ourselves tonight.
1st and goal at the 4, shotgun mode, quarterback keeper. That is Beltran, and Beltran follows his lead blockers in for a touchdown. Touchdown Raiders. They will take the lead for the first time this evening.
Onto the field, high snap.
A punt, whereas a penalty is thrown. Received at the 37, quickly to the 40, 50, 45, 40, off to the race. He's got one man to beat, and he does. 30, 25, 15, and he's going to say he got pushed out of bounds at the 7-point lead, and that's big right here. Midway through the 3rd quarter, Rangel, flanked by a running back. 2 receivers to the right, to the left. Rangel looks, fires to his left, and he's got a man wide open, and that is caught. And that is number 25 with the reception, Roland. The Raiders are stepping up, and the Raiders are starting to get better and better as each week goes by. And there goes Rangel, as I said, getting better and better. He's up to the races, the 50. Can he pick up the last blocker? 45, 30. Can he get in there? Touchdown, Rangel, my goodness.
89. First down for Raider Nation.
So the Raiders will have first down at their own 33-yard line. Of course, they got a 2-touchdown lead. Big drive for the Raiders. Can they seal the deal? And of course they will right there, and a big time pass to Rangel to his open receiver. Trying to put this game away with a signature drive right here. They give it to their freshman running back, Gonzalez, and he's off to the races, folks. He's got a lead blocker. There's nobody going to catch him. Touchdown, Gonzalez and the Raiders. A 41-yard bolt by the freshman. The Raiders are on fire right now.
As we get ready to take the 2nd and 11 snap after the timeout, quarterback rolls off to his right.
Got running room, a lot of running room. Passes midfield, gets to the 40, tries to pick up a block. Gets upended as he crosses the 45, dives forward to the Raiders' 43-yard line.
The ball gives it up to Gonzalez off the left-hand side. He bounces it out back to the right-hand side. Gonzalez is going to use his shifty moves, escapes one defender, takes it up to 45, 50, cuts back, bulls over, back to the 40, some hard running there again by Gonzalez, all the way to the 37-yard line of La Joya. Again.